What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the BallGame podcast. I'm Matt.
I'm Tom.
I'm Chris.
Although every intro, I just see you in the corner of my eye nodding your head, and it just makes
I've been doing that too.
It almost cracks me up every single time.
I was nodding my head there to the future song that I just alluded to before we started hitting record, because now I'm singing it in my head.
It's a great song. It's a banger of a song.
Yeah, it's a good song.
How's everyone doing today?
Doing good, man. I went to the gym right before this. I wasn't going to go in the gym. I rotted in bed all day. I slept till like 12:30. I woke up when Amanda went to work. I went home. I said, all right, I'll close my eyes for another hour. It was like 8 o'clock. Woke up. It was 12:30. I said, all right. So I had to do some stuff around the house. I had to do some editing for Joelle. And I was just rotting in bed. My new thing, I got to stop doing it. I'm doing work from my bed when I edit for us. When I edit for Joelle, I'm editing in my bed. And I have my desk right there. I've just been so comfy in bed, but I got to stop doing that.
I've started bringing everything down here, actually, and getting my work
No, sometimes I do
here,
I'll go like, if no one's home, I'll go like in my dining room and do homework and stuff, because you just need to change the scenery.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can't sit in the room.
Bed's for relaxing.
Yeah, I know. I got to stop doing work in the bed. But I was laying in bed. I was like, all right, I finished doing what I was doing. I was like, it's time to take my nap before the podcast. And I was like, you know what?
Pre-game
You
nap is
slept
crazy.
at 12:30.
I was like,
nap.
I should go to the bro. It's the weather, man. But I was like, you know what? I should go to the gym today. Remember? And then I thought about what Pete said last week. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to the gym. So I went to the gym. I hit chest. Saw Steve Bono. Talked to me for like 20 fucking minutes.
I hate that.
I know. Oh my god.
I can't stand seeing people I know at the gym.
It's like, yo, Chris, dap me up. Well, no, I saw him first, went up to him, dapped him.
Yeah.
Went completely away from him, not like on purpose, just to start my workout. He obviously came on the bench right next to me.
Right.
Asking me, yo, what are you doing on Thanksgiving Eve? Yo, why haven't I seen you in the gym lately? Yo, how's all your boys? How's Ortiz? So, like, asking me all these questions. So we talked for like 20 minutes, bro. And then obviously the next thing I wanted to do the incline press on the Smith machine. Obviously he was on there, so I had to go work in with him. So shit took a lot.
Did you just say people that you don't like seeing?
What I said
Before, like when he said he saw Steve Bono.
I might have mixed up my words. I did not mean that about Steve Bono. I fucking
I love seeing Steve Bono, but I hate seeing people in the gym. Yeah, I
hate seeing people I know at the gym.
If I saw Steve Bono at
the
if I see Steve Bono at the Marina Cafe, I'm all for it. We're standing on business, But like at the gym, come on, bro, leave me the fuck alone.
Thanksgiving Eve is going to be
I think he just followed us on TikTok though.
Yeah, what a legend.
Thanksgiving Eve is going to be electric, by the way. Great time.
You're working, right?
Yeah, I'm probably going to end up driving all you guys home, I'm assuming.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
Wait,
I mean, I said you guys could come to my Hope Rob before if you want a pregame, but I doubt you guys do because you guys never come.
Pregame? We
can
do
that.
We
forgot he said that.
Yeah,
it's karaoke, so.
Yeah, but we'd go early. Yeah, those lines get bad on Thanksgiving Eve.
Yeah.
Those lines get real bad.
Yeah, but I'm probably gonna meet you guys after, and I'm not gonna.
You're out late, right?
Yeah, like 11 probably. So it's not like I'm gonna drop my car off and then Uber. I'm just gonna drive whoever home, whoever needs a ride. Because I'm sure Amanda will be there with all our friends.
Or do we even end up going home that night?
See what happens.
We'll see. Wherever the night takes us. Tom, how about you? How are you doing?
I'm good, man. It was a cool weekend. We got some really good fights. We got one really ass fight.
Yeah, speaking of me sleeping, bro. I slept through that entire thing, bro. Slept through the entire thing. They did cake for my birthday. Ate some ice cream cake right before the fight. I went down. I was like, all right, it's time to watch the fight. Fell asleep. Woke up in the morning. The fight was over.
No, it's Serrano Taylor bang.
Yeah, watch that.
Oh my god,
one.
that was insane.
That one was
Serrano Taylor was nuts. I was like,
shout out to two of the goats.
I said it on the BallGame account, but like they had to go out into the parking lot after that and settle that shit. Like there's no way that's And a lot of people think she got robbed.
She did get robbed. Yeah, Serrano got robbed.
Serrano
100% got robbed. But that Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight really left a bad taste in my mouth. I'll be honest.
Bro, like
it was a 58-year-old man. Like I know it's Mike Tyson.
Bro, he
but
wasn't fucking trying, bro.
Stop.
I promise you he was.
I promise he was.
I don't know, bro.
Dog,
I think he like.
he was hospitalized 2 months ago. He was in a
know, but,
wheelchair
like,
2
he
years
Bro, he
ago.
can barely stand.
Bro,
His legs
like
don't work. His back
the
don't
first
work.
round, like he was going at it a little bit.
Yeah,
and
the
then,
first minute. And then
and
he
then-
gassed.
I don't know, man.
And everyone's saying, like, did
I'm
you
sh-
watch him hit the pads? Bro, he hits the pads for 20-second, like, little clips. And everyone's like, oh, he hits the pads like crazy. Shut up.
I don't
Have
know.
you ever hit pads and then gotten a... They're two completely different things. Like, it's ridiculous.
I don't know. There was one clip I saw where like it was the first round. He was actually going at him, and then they like got tangled up, and it looked like Jake was whispering some shit in his
yeah.
ear, and then Mike Tyson before he tapped him on the shoulder, and it was like an okay. I don't know. Bottom line is we got to stop letting Jake Paul get away with this shit.
Yeah.
Like, bro,
He's gonna keep getting
Like-
away with it because everyone wants to see him get knocked the fuck
I know,
out.
like, respect to him for getting that bag, like, making more money than we'll ever touch in our lives. Respect for,
For one
that.
fight, probably.
Yeah, respect for that. But, like, how does he keep getting the whole world in a chokehold
me
to
and
fucking
Frank
watch his fights?
were like talking about it. I think he's just terrible for the sport of boxing because like his argument is going to be that people watch Jake Paul's fights. All right, you're not watching Jake Paul and then picking up boxing. You know, you're just watching Jake Paul because you want to see him get knocked out.
Yeah, that's
It's
why
not
I'm
like-
watching. I'm
it's not
not
like you're
watching.
Or
watching-
you're picking up boxing to then potentially be the guy to knock out Jake
Hey,
Paul.
I'm not watching that
You don't have to
shit.
be a great boxer to knock
Yeah,
out Jake
I
Paul.
agree though. I'm not watching that shit because I'm a big fan of boxing. Like I'm not. I don't watch the fights. So I only
Yeah, I'm a
watch.
casual fan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I watched McGregor fight because he's from my homeland. That's my boy. But since he's gone, I don't watch that shit. But like the Jake Paul fights, like yeah, well, not this one. I fell asleep, but
Right.
the other ones, I'm watching that shit, and I don't know why. Like just because the whole world's watching, it's like a FOMO thing, honestly.
Yeah, no, it is.
Like honestly, at the end of the day, I could give less of a fuck who won that fight. Like I don't fucking care.
No, I just
really
like
don't.
I remember-
I love boxing, like the sport. I don't follow it like that, but I watch every now and then I'll go on like a boxing kick. I'll watch like a Muhammad Ali fight from back in the day. I love that shit. And I was just like, you know what? Like I don't care if he's 58 and crippled. To see Mike Tyson in the ring was something I never thought I'd get the chance to do.
Yeah.
And like seeing him walk out and stuff, you know, it was just cool. I even bet I had my brother put $10 on him because I'm like, bro, I'm never gonna have a chance to bet on Mike Tyson. I'm gonna bet on Mike Tyson.
Yeah, I bet on Jake Paul to knock him out. And
Respect to him for pulling his punches too, because he could have just like
yeah, he could have put
could've
that
embarrassed
man
him.
down.
Yeah. He could have embarrassed him, but he
Really
didn't.
could have put
That's
that
what
man
I'm saying
down.
though. Like they were never gonna let Jake Paul knock out Mike Tyson, bro. They were never gonna let the
I don't know.
scriptwriters were never
First
gonna
few
let that
rounds,
happen.
he
bro.
was going for it. First few, he was going for it, and then after like round 3, he was
think-
pulling punches.
I think
after
Mike
that.
went into that fight and was like, if I have any chance at pulling this
I
off,
don't think he said
have
it like
to-
that.
Well, he has a little lift, but you know, if I have any chance of knocking him out, it's in the first 30 seconds. All right. No, it's in the first 30 seconds. You just got to catch him off guard with a mean hook, and that was it. And then after that, for those first 30 seconds, he was like, "Yeah, I'm fucked."
Yeah,
But-
it was a sad thing to watch. To be honest, I was
I
very
don't know.
disappointed. I was very disappointed, to be quite honest.
Bro, he's 58.
No, I know that.
I'm
but
saying,
like,
though, like, why the fuck are they
at the,
fighting in
at
the
the
first
least? Why are you
place?
fighting then? Exactly.
No, I
like,
agree.
And then
I
Jake's
mean, what?
gonna
He made
talk.
more money from this than he made in any other fight in
I
his
think he
life.
made
I'm
10
sure.
mil off this fight.
How much was he making back in it with inflation and shit? I'm sure. It was,
No,
yeah.
No, Tyson made more.
I think Tyson,
Tyson made
made
more than that. In a
10 to
fight.
20 million for this fight or something like that.
I'll look it up what he made back in the day.
between that, but Jake Paul probably made like 100 mil off this fight alone because he's also the
Who knows?
promotion.
Yeah.
He also owns the promotion. So like Jake probably made ridiculous money off this fight. He is a brilliant businessman.
Brilliant.
It needs to be
Yeah.
said. Like he really
He
is
just
a
will do-
brilliant business.
He just will do or be anything to make a dollar. Like,
Yes.
you want him to, like, he knows people are going to watch him because they don't like him and they want to see him get knocked out. So that's what he's going to do.
And then how about Logan being a piece of shit after the fight? I don't know if everyone saw that.
I
clip.
saw that. I think it was all, you know, it was all good
Whatever.
fun.
Just shut up, bro.
I think so too.
Just shut up.
Mike
bro.
was like, I want the other one next. He was like, I want his brother next. And
Yeah, he's like,
Logan
maybe
was like,
Logan's next.
I'll
yeah.
fuck you up, Mike, or whatever you said.
I'll fucking kill you.
Yeah,
He said,
Mike, I'll
fucking
fucking
kill you, Mike. It's like, just shut up, bro. Just
I don't know. I saw a podcast clip from Logan's podcast, and it was what's the guy? His like co-host, Mike. Logan.
Oh,
Mike,
yeah.
Mike, yeah.
Mike Miwak, yeah.
They were debating who brings the boom more between Big Justice and the Rizzler. And Mike was like, well, like, look what Big AJ and Big Justice do for the economy, for Costco. And Logan was like, yeah, but the Rizzler has aura. Thought that was
I'm not
funny.
gonna lie, his pod is good.
Mike made $30 million against Evander Holyfield. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
They want Holyfield wants to run it back. He wants to end the trilogy.
I don't want to
He
watch
wants
it.
to fight.
I don't want to watch that. I mean, I'd probably watch it, but like, I don't want to
Bites
watch
his
it.
Funny.
The other ear
Yeah.
bites the other ear off. All right, so it seems.
I'm
like
glad we got that out though. I wanted to mention that.
Yeah, for sure. John Jones also knocked out Stipe.
God.
That was crazy.
Brutal.
If everyone watched that knockout,
That kick was fucked up.
that was insane.
Mean.
And he's bitching out of fighting Tom Aspinall, which is great. If you follow the UFC, not happy about that.
Everyone I see there's like mixed opinions on it. It's like a lot of people think he's bitching out, but a lot of people are also like, why would he do it? Because
It's like Ortiz and Gallo part
great.
two.
He's the greatest ever. Like, why is he gonna fight Tom Aspinall?
Prove
He's still the greatest ever.
because then
That's what I was saying the other night when you guys were saying I should
1v1
play Gallo again in COD. I was like, I already fucking proved who I am.
I didn't
like,
even see that.
Yeah,
No, we were in the
on
party.
PlayStation.
We were in the
Yeah.
game.
okay,
I was
gotcha.
like,
Bro,
game.
you should get
They were
COD.
saying I should run it back with Gallo. I was
Why
like,
would-
I
there's no reason to.
already fucking proved who I am.
No, I said purely for my entertainment. That's it.
No, we got Fortnite OG coming soon.
True.
I am so excited for that. Actually,
Got to
I'm,
crank 90s on Nick's skull.
I can't build.
I'm so
In
trash
no build,
at that game.
I might. I'll have you.
So
but
trash at that game, but I'm so excited.
I'll get you
for
in
it.
no build, but if I got to
No, you
build, I'm cooked.
Are you good at COD? Do you play
Live
COD or
from
no?
I mean, I've never played it on computer, so this is the first time.
I played
like,
one COD game, and like a couple COD games with Nick. I think you did all right.
He's filthy at COD.
Bro, I was watching them play zombies the other night. I don't
That
know
shit
how
was
they play
horrible.
that shit.
It's bad.
Literally, it's
terrible.
just
I
the
hate
same thing. Oh,
hate it.
bro, I was fucking screen watching Ortiz. He's just running around, building a train, killing all the zombies, running around, building a train,
Nah, but it was
killing
there
all
was
the
like
zombies.
back in the
Like,
day. There
well,
was
that
like
is what it is.
There was like an art to it back.
There
in
was
the
also
day.
Easter eggs back then.
This is way too much going on. I don't like it. There's fucking giant aliens that come in
What?
and try. It's terrible.
I don't know.
There was nothing like
After
the
like
good
round-
old Kino.
after
What are
like
those
round
big
9,
things called? The megalodons or some shit? What are the some with the M?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what they're called, but
I forgot.
Ortiz was killing one of them, and it said brain rot plus 500 XP. He gave him brain rot.
Yeah,
That's
it's a-
skibbity
like an
riz.
effect. Yeah.
Oh my god! It seems like every COD they're just deteriorating every little.
Nah,
bit.
this one's not bad.
This one's good.
Is
I like
it?
This one.
Really?
Yeah, I'm having fun on it.
I mean,
Wow.
I just got my 4th gun gold. How many guns do you have gold?
I don't have any.
No.
Wow.
I'm just like I'm like
playing too much.
I'm like
buddy.
leveling
Ortiz
up. No,
probably
no,
has
I'm
all of
leveling
them.
up a bunch of.
Oh, how much
guns.
does
What
he
like level
play
are you?
PlayStation.
Ortiz,
I just hit 50.
Ortiz plays every night.
Yeah, I'm the same
Ortiz
level.
Ortiz gets on every night normally.
No, Ortiz grinds.
Yeah, he's dedicated to that shit.
I missed the.
I mean, shit. He
Wagner too. Dean's been on. Dean's been balling on it.
Has he really?
Yeah, he gets on a lot.
Wow.
I mean, hey, listen, live from the producer might clip this right now.
Mm.
You guys might have me in COD if
I don't.
Fortnite OG
I
comes,
don't.
comes back. Lord, look out. I'm coming.
Joe Douglas fired by the New York Jets. The complete teardown is occurring. Robert Saleh was first, and now it's Joe Douglas. Are there any other scapegoats remaining for the New York Jets at this point, or does number 8 just run the franchise at this point? So it happened. They're tearing it down. I don't even know if Aaron Rodgers is going to be the quarterback of the Jets next week.
I saw a
Next
report
week.
that they want to.
Next year.
I saw a report that they want to part ways with Rodgers. I don't know who reported it. I don't know how true it is, but there's rumblings. Let
Yeah.
me see if I can find it. I want to see who posted it.
They're running out of scapegoats. So, and Woody Johnson kind of let the man run his franchise. So, here we are. Here we
I did
are.
Aaron Rodgers on Twitter. The first thing is Aaron Rodgers booger.
Yeah, I don't have too many thoughts remaining on the Jets at this point. Like, I feel like I've said everything I could say at this point. And
It's just sad, man. Like
How you lose to the Colts at home, bro?
that was embarrassing. You made Anthony Richardson look like an elite pocket passer. Like,
yeah, you made A-Rich look like Josh Allen.
A team whose hallmark was always defense. You promote your defensive coordinator and try and keep
Yeah,
that
yo,
identity. Like,
fuck Dean,
God.
bro. Fuck Dean, bro. Made us think we were wrong and shit, saying that they were wrong for firing Robert Saleh. They have one of the worst fucking defenses in the league since they fired him, bro. Their defense sucks. You got Ahmad Gardner talking about we don't need to learn how to tackle. Clearly you fucking do, Ahmad. Like, what the hell are
Who's
we...
been ass?
Ass. He sucks. He fell off,
I was
bro.
telling Clemmy, I was like, bro, he sucks, and Clemmy was like, he doesn't suck, but I could tell like the conversation was actually hurting him.
Yeah.
To talk about
He
how
fell off,
yeah.
bro. Like, he's not a top 5 corner in our game. No fucking way.
No, he's not even close.
He's not even
And
playing like a top
hasn't had
20
a
corner
pick in,
this
like
year.
300 or like 30
35 straight games.
Yeah.
300 games.
300 games.
35 straight games
35
without a pick.
Yeah,
Yeah, bro.
he's
F Dean, man.
We gotta get that shit off the table.
Nah, it's still cool.
Sauce.
it is really cool.
It's cool.
But you said it before the pod. He
Yeah.
should really just be called Ahmad at this point.
He
Like,
is. He is I
That's
saw,
what they're calling him.
Jets
man.
fans won't call him Sauce Gardner on social anymore.
he's lost all of his aura. It's completely and entirely gone. Like, this team just miserable. The vibes
Yeah. I
have to
mean,
be the worst in the
yeah,
NFL.
I hope
like,
Woody sells the team for their sake,
too.
honestly.
Well,
me too.
I don't think he's gonna sell the team, but he's apparently
Going back
going
to
back
being
to being ambassador, which means his brother is gonna take the reins, and his brother was the guy that hired Saleh, and basically one of the first conversations Woody and Saleh had was, he picked you, not me. I didn't sign off on this. So
Saleh was doomed.
yeah,
from the
Saleh
start.
was, yeah, and I think Douglas was too, because you sent it before, Chris, when it was like he apparently didn't have anything to do with like,
the Devontae trade, the,
Devontae trade, and
Redick
it's-
negotiation.
and like I said, Darius Butler on the Pat McAfee show made a great point. He was like, it's one thing when you see coaches go, because those guys usually get second chances. GMs, you don't really see them get too many second chances, and like to get fired over, like some moves Joe Douglas made, sure questionable, but like
Where did Douglas come from? Green Bay?
that's the other thing they said is like no one knows where a GM. Anytime a GM is hired, never heard of him before. Like,
You just got to worry
Who's the
about
guy
whether
who's
they're
the
from a good
interim
organization.
GM right now? Something savage.
couldn't tell you.
Something savage. I said.
Who,
so. The Jets interim GM for the
Oh,
rest
I
of
don't
the year.
even know.
I think he came from the Browns or something. Like
That's a good
he's
organization.
they're
not
great-
someone
they're-
who
they're
is
great
like.
run
I'm
organization.
Really
pretty sure
well-run
it's not someone
organization.
who is like with the Jets currently. It's like someone.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't
They
know.
went and got a guy from outside to be an intern.
organization
Yeah.
to be interim.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's like normal though. Like
I don't know. I don't know how all that
exactly.
works.
Yeah, that could be like a normal practice.
Yeah, I heard on Caps Off podcast they were talking about they were hearing that maybe like
mid-season.
Curtis, the Jets are considering bringing in Curtis Martin to run football ops, which I guess that'd be cool. Like
So,
that's a football guy at least.
My
you know what
thing
I mean?
with the Douglas thing
fans
is
love him.
his contract was up. The trade deadline's over. There's no
You
moves
coulda
to
waited,
be made.
yeah.
So you're just like, I can't fucking have this guy in my building for the next 7 weeks.
Yeah, but
Get
Nate
out.
Hackett's still in that building.
I just don't like. Let him ride the season.
Nah, it's just
out.
it
No,
pissed
like,
Woody Johnson off to see his name on the title of like.
he just walks past it every day with his coffee. He's like,
He's like, God damn it, I hate this guy.
Yeah, he
He's
just
like he needs to be gone.
he watched the Tyson fight on Friday. He was pissed how it turned. He was like, I fucking bad weekend. I gotta go overseas now, dude. Fucking guy out of here. He's like, before he's going overseas to be Ambassador Woody, and he's like, before I go, that motherfucker is gone.
Yeah. Telling his brother, don't you fuck this up.
Don't
You fuck this
you're
up.
you're gonna fire. You're not gonna. I'm just gonna fire him before I go. Fuck this. I'll take care of it. But no,
Yeah,
it's
a shit show.
it's like I said, for the guy to get fired and he didn't have control over some of the biggest moves the organization made. Like that's the hell is he supposed to do? Like I don't know. Yeah, it's just like you said in the intro. Like they just keep scapegoating people. Number 8 sucks.
Terrible.
Terrible.
Oh, he is
Terrible,
awful.
bro.
He is awful.
It's like sad to see. Like an all-time great. Just
That's what he gets,
off.
bro.
Like apparently he might go somewhere else this offseason, but like who wants him? Who even wants him?
XFL.
Like, Canadian Football League, XFL.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
You know what's really sad actually? Most Jet fans I know refuse to, and it's a lot of old heads. Like all of my Jet fans' friends' fathers refuse to watch Jet football. They literally boycotted it. They just don't turn on the
These
TV.
are guys that watch the Jets through absolute pure misery for probably 30 years, maybe more. They finally had hopes of having a great team after literally. I mean, they made the AFC Championship. What was that? 15 years ago.
20,
Yeah, 2011, something like that. And it was absolute pain before that. It's been absolute pain since then. And then, like I said, like there was just a fucking silver lining, and it just got ripped from them. So, yeah, why would they watch the Jets? I mean,
it's crazy because like most of the ones that I have a conversation with, they all said the same thing at first. Like it was like, I don't like Aaron Rodgers, but if he's gonna help us win, then I'm
Welcome
okay
aboard,
with it.
welcome aboard, yeah.
baby. Like he's the best quarterback we've had ever, potentially, since Joe Namath 50 years ago. So, no, it's a fact. It's
Was he on the?
he was on
Brett
the
Favre
Jets.
was
but
on the Jets.
I don't.
He made it further than Aaron Rodgers did.
Shit, Sanchez got to an AFC Championship.
Yeah,
game,
I mean, Chad Pennington might be better than him at this point. So, but it was, and now
not elite company.
the true like feelings of Aaron Rodgers is coming out of every Jet fan because now you're not helping them win. It's not happening. So now all of them are just like hated this guy at first, but I was willing to live with it, and now they're all just like, fuck this guy.
It's also like
Fuck this
Joe
guy.
Douglas. How many draft picks did Joe Douglas nail? Honestly, like
a
got
lot
Garrett
more than he
Wilson,
missed
got
on.
Sauce
Probably.
Gardner. Yeah, I don't know if he drafted. No, he didn't draft Quinnen. Right? Quinnen was before
No,
him.
Q was before him.
He was before him, but hit on a lot of draft picks, and it's like I
They
feel
draft
like
well.
he drafted
Elijah
well.
Vera
Yeah,
Tucker's another one. Joe
Elijah Vera
Tippmann's a
Tucker.
good one.
Who's the pass rusher?
Will McDonald.
Will McDonald. Like he hit on a lot of draft. Like,
I think Quincy's him, or maybe
Maybe.
not. But
but he did his. I don't know. I thought he did his job okay.
made some good signings too
Yeah.
these past few years. Like, yeah, it's just disappointing, man. Like, I don't think he's all that bad, but you know, Roger's gonna Roger.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
who knew it would be the worst thing that they ever did? Like,
Yeah,
we all said you got to do that, and again at the time it made a lot of sense, and I don't know, that first season where he tore his Achilles will just always be looming over the heads of Jets fans.
I forgot who sent it in the chat and which chat it was, but someone screenshotted Dean's excitement for that first.
Dean, dude.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he said this is where it all went like it went downhill from
He was like,
here.
"This is like peak happiness right here."
Yeah,
Was Someone I saw on Twitter
Rodgers
just now.
coming out. For his
Rodgers
first-
running out of the tunnel. It's like this is still Aaron Rodgers' best play as a Jet. Was just him
It-
running out of the tunnel with the American flag.
Yeah, I mean that probably is, but that Garrett Wilson play was definitely a fun one. So
Very fun.
that's the only Jet memory that anyone will like have
Positive Jet memory
of
yeah.
the Aaron Rodgers situation,
Yep.
and it's amazing because we were there.
Yep.
We were there.
Shout out us.
We witnessed that.
It was still no catch.
Oh my God. Well, did it count?
Not what the official ruling says.
Did it count?
I guess Michael Jordan, but to me it was.
What?
That's what Michael Jordan said. He said, "Did it count?" Dope.
No, they said, "Did you push off?" And they said, "Did they call it?"
Right.
Same thing Jared Goff said
Got him.
with the
Pass
pick.
interference.
Yeah, he
Did
was
they
like,
call it
"Was it
that?
pass interference? Did they call it pass interference?" I don't know. No, it didn't look clean to me. Like,
Yeah, I mean, speaking of the refs being on people's sides, the Buffalo Bills defeated the Kansas City Chiefs this past weekend. And must I say, once again, the Buffalo Bills did it in the regular season.
it was so obvious. I don't know why I didn't bet that. It was so obvious.
Of course it was. And I said the Chiefs would win this one. I'm not going to
So
lie.
obvious, bro.
Right.
I thought the Chiefs were going to win this one, to be honest.
They got me making fucking 10-leg parlays on the Bulls Knicks game, but I
Right.
can't straight bet the Bills money line. I don't know what's wrong with me.
The Buffalo Bills just seem to have the Kansas City Chiefs number come regular season.
Yep.
But when the playoffs come around, the Chiefs always dominate. Nothing changes. Is this year any different? So, I asked this question. Are the Buffalo Bills the biggest threat to the Kansas City Chiefs? Or is there another team in the AFC that looms as a potential what's the word? What's a good word?
Threat.
Right.
I already said threat.
Right.
So we got to change it. We got to use different verbiage. We got to
Competitor?
expand the vocabulary.
Competitor? I don't know, bro.
As a different competitor. So, all right. Who you got? Is it the Bills?
I
Is
mean,
it obvious?
I think maybe I guess it's hard not to say the Bills because the Chiefs were undefeated and lost to the Bills, but I think between the top dogs in the AFC, the Bills, well, the Chiefs are obviously the Chiefs, the Bills, and then everyone kind of funnels in, Ravens maybe, Steelers, Chargers, thrown up there potentially. I think they all have about just as good of a chance to beat the Chiefs because the Chiefs are the Chiefs. And I don't give a shit that they lost this game. My outlook on them does not change. They're still the best team in football, still probably going to win the Super Bowl. But in terms of who has the best chance, like I said, I don't know, man. I feel like it's got to be the Bills, but just because of voodoo magic, it can't be. They're never going to beat them in the playoffs.
The Bills do this over and
Right.
over and over and over
Right.
and over again.
Yeah,
Only know it was in the playoffs
right.
every single time. Every single.
I like those Steelers, man. I don't know. It's just something about them. Something about them. If someone's gonna, the Chiefs have.
Is it because they're unlimited?
It's because they're hideous and they can win hideous football.
6 field goals.
And the Chiefs have won ugly this year. And I keep saying it. If there's one team that can out ugly the Chiefs and win, I think it's Tomlin and the Steelers.
I just saw the Steelers win a game without scoring a touchdown, and like that's all fun and dandy. Congrats! That was winning ugly for
Right.
sure. Come on, bro. Not
can't-
beating the
yeah.
Chiefs without scoring a touchdown. What are we talking about here? You know what I mean?
Fair enough.
I think it's pretty clearly the Bills. I agree with you.
Yeah, the Bills are just the obvious pick.
I still think the Chiefs are in their own team. It's Patrick Mahomes. He won the past 2 Super Bowls. As long as you have Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, Steve Spagnuolo, and Travis Kelce, you should be the favorite in the conference.
Hell yeah.
That's just how it works right now. Obviously, we've been saying all year we won't change our minds on that until they lose a playoff game. That's what we've said all year.
That's what they've earned.
But this is the best Bills team in the Josh Allen era. I'm ready to admit that. I know I'm a Bills hater, but like you gotta call a spade a spade. Had a full off season with Joe Brady, and we're seeing the dividends of that on this offense. This offense last year, once they fired, who was the OC before Brady?
Ken Dorsey.
Before they fired Ken Dorsey, it wasn't looking good for them. They fired Ken Dorsey. Joe Brady took over. They established a run game with James Cook. Josh Allen was spreading the wealth. He wasn't hyper-targeting Stephon Diggs, and we saw the offense be better. And now we're seeing the effects that that's having this year. I mean, we saw them in this game without Dalton Kincaid, without Keon Coleman, who are probably 2 of their top 3 pass catchers this year. Khalil Shakir is obviously a fucking dog.
He
Yep.
is.
And then this defense. I mean, I said it by like week 2. I was completely wrong about the Bills defense. I thought losing the guys they lost would have a bigger impact on this team. It didn't, because that's what Sean McDermott does. He puts out great defenses. And they just...
And Milano is yet to come back.
Yeah.
And he will be soon.
He's coming back, right?
He is coming back soon.
and they just play so goddamn aggressive, man. And I know they were at home, and that helped them in this game. Because those fans, it looked like an electric environment.
for sure.
It
What
looked
I
like
sent.
it looked
Oh
like
my
an
God.
electric environment, and that definitely helped them. And the way things stand right now, they won't play the Chiefs at home. No one will, because the Chiefs are the first seed in the AFC. So we'll see how that shakes out. But I just think, given how dominant this defense is, given how good this offense has been in terms of just they can beat you in multiple ways. Josh Allen, if he has to, will go out and beat you. If not, they'll run the ball down your throat if they can. You know what I mean? They'll run the ball until you show that you could stop the run.
Yeah.
And then when you stop the run, all right, fine. We have the second best quarterback in all of football in Josh Allen. He'll beat you himself then.
Ooh.
You want to sell out to stop our run? We have Josh Allen who will beat you himself. And, it's not really just about this game. I've been kind of saying this for a few weeks now. I just think it's the Chiefs, it's the Bills, and then it's everyone else. That's how I feel about it. And sure, we could say, the voodoo magic, the Bills will never beat the Chiefs in a playoff game. Shit, they've got the closest. I mean, the Bengals did it, but the Bengals ain't making the goddamn playoffs. So of the teams
Unless they went out.
of the teams who are making the playoffs, the Bills have gotten the closest to doing it. You know what I mean?
Twice.
That's what I'm saying. They're a few seconds away from beating them twice. Maybe we're talking about Josh Allen as a 2-time Super Bowl champion. Like in all reality,
Alternate universe.
they've come the closest to doing it. So I mean, they keep getting better. They keep again figuring out how to beat you in more ways. And again, I know it's just a regular season game. It doesn't mean that much, but they're the only team to do it so far this year. They're the only team to do it so far this year. So yeah, I think the Bills are pretty clearly the biggest competitor to Kansas City right now.
All right.
Here he comes.
Yeah.
Here he comes with this shit.
Yeah, because I'm the biggest Bills guy.
Right.
I can't
of
believe you're
course.
folding like this.
But of course I can't stand on, because I never I always have to make it difficult. I always do. That's just how I am.
That'd be different.
I have to be different. So I didn't pick the Bills. Because the Bills, as I said, always win these regular season games and then go ahead, get to the playoffs, and lose to the Kansas City Chiefs. And it's never Josh Allen's fault. It isn't. Because Josh goes toe-to-toe with what you just said is the best quarterback in the NFL and potentially the greatest to ever do it. He goes toe-to-toe with that man every single time. But there is a team and there is a coach that is not cursed by the Kansas City Chiefs. Maybe yet, but they have not been cursed by the Kansas City Chiefs, and that is the brand new Los Angeles Chargers. I have been a Justin Herbert guy for so damn long. And for so long, they have not had organizational competence. For so long.
That's true.
But guess what? They have Jim Harbaugh. That man loves physical football. That man loves defensive football. He got rid of his number 1, number 2 wide receivers, didn't draft one. He took a big son of a bitch in Joe Alt to go solidify that offensive line. He kept Khalil Mack. He kept Joey Bosa. He said, we're going to build this defense around them two. We're going to keep the core defensive pieces. And what did they do? They went from the 32nd best defense in the NFL, dead last,
The worst.
to the number 1 defense in the NFL.
I've never heard anything the 32nd best.
No, but I
Say the
needed to. But worse than best doesn't do it justice. 32 spots. That's what you jumped.
Sure, okay.
32 spots is what you jumped. Or 31, whatever it is. Regardless, they're the best defense in the NFL. They're giving up the fewest points in the NFL. Their best corner has been out. They just didn't have Khalil Mack in a game that they absolutely dominated for the first half. And then, of course, Joe Burrow and Cincy offense did Joe Burrow and Cincy offense things. But what was the big thing? The Chargers, these games, they always lose them. Always. But it seems like luck is on their side for once. For one time, Justin Herbert making big throw after big throw to our boy. Our boy. Reppin'. Lad McConkey. Reppin' for us. For all of us.
Putting on.
He's putting on for all of us. Justin Herbert, Jim Harbaugh, physical football, the best defense in the NFL, J.K. Dobbins' resurgence, all of it. I'm here for it. Even with all that being said, the Kansas City Chiefs are the best team in the AFC, and I don't think anyone beats them.
Yeah, that sucks.
But I'm starting to think that the Buffalo Bills are just cursed, just like those 90s teams that just get oh so close, but the boogeyman always comes to get you. And this time, the boogeyman is Patrick Mahomes.
I really do think that overtime was their chance, was their shot.
Yeah.
That was your shot.
Yeah, and
the Gabe Davis legacy game.
And 13 seconds.
Yeah.
13 seconds.
Yeah, that was your shot.
Mahomes has the number. The Bills are scarred. The Bills are cursed. They'll never beat him. But there is a new prodigal son in the NFL, and his name is Justin Herbert. There is a new father of the NFL, and his name is Jim Harbaugh. They're here. They've arrived.
I just don't understand, Matt. I'm not under. You've been waiting for this.
I have.
No, not for this. For the Bills.
No, the Bills. I know.
You've been waiting for this.
This
for
really
years
is your
and
chance.
This is your chance, bro. And this is how you decide to go about it. And
Yeah.
I just don't understand.
This
why.
is the kind of supporter that
I just
that
don't
Bills
understand.
No, I love the
man.
Bills. I love the Bills.
I know, but what
I'm
going to
root for them over anybody else.
The Chargers and Bills are just not the same tier football team.
Yes,
like,
they are.
They're not, though,
But
bro.
they are.
Bro, the Chargers are good. It's a fun story. I'll even take a goddamn victory lap. You said I was crazy because I
did.
said they'll win 9 games and you said they'll win 8, and we argued about it for literally 20 minutes with
We
Jason.
really
we
did.
argued about that shit for 20 minutes. You said
Content,
I
baby.
was crazy. I said their defense was good. You two guys looked at me with googly eyes like I was some kind of crazy madman.
Well, because
who doesn't
every
know
year we
anything
felt that,
about football.
and then it never
but this
happened.
is Jim Harbaugh. Like, I saw the vision. This is a great story. Congrats to the Chargers for flipping the script on their franchise, for being run good. But I just don't know how, after week 11 of the NFL season, the most recent week, where we see the Bills go ahead and beat that team that we hold to such a high regard.
They
the
always
Kansas City
do.
Chiefs. Like, right. It doesn't matter. It's just regular season. They always do. And we see the Chargers barely squeak by the Bengals in a who wants to lose more contest. And sure, Justin Herbert was slanging that thing in the first half for surezies. But let's not act like Justin Herbert played some great second half. They had 2 scoring drives in the second half. They kicked 1 field goal. They had the scoring drive at the end of the game where J.K. Dobbins scored the touchdown. Herbert made some big throws on that drive. I'll give him that. But, boy, in that second half, he was missing. He was missing some throws.
He actually threw the ball right to Mike Hilton, and he dropped it.
He was missing some throws.
He definitely did.
You know,
he also threw the ball right
in
to Will
terms of
Dissly, and he
stats,
dropped it.
Sure. Yeah.
in terms of stats, sure. Maybe they have luck on their side because they're winning some
once.
close games this year. I'll give them that. Maybe just Jim Harbaugh just brought good fortune to the Chargers. But if you really look at it, they really are getting lucky. You look at them in the fourth quarter. Their offense, they're 29th in success rate in the fourth quarter and overtime. And that great defense, the best defense in the NFL. They're 29th ranked defense in terms of EPA per play in the fourth quarter and overtime, too, this year. And, you know, we've seen, you know, they played the Chiefs this year. I'm pretty sure.
29th best.
Yeah, but they're so damn good that it doesn't matter. They don't need to show up in the fourth
we
quarter.
saw them
You
play
don't
the
need
Chiefs
fourth
this year, and that was a
they
game
don't.
in which I'm pretty sure. I mean, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that Chiefs win was a 1-score game because that's how all of the
was
Chiefs
very
games
close.
are. Yeah.
I think it was a 3-point game.
But that was a game where, you know, again, this was weeks and weeks ago. I think this was week 5 or week 6, whenever it was. But I'm pretty sure the Chargers controlled that game for the entire game, and it was Mahomes playing like he's been playing
But
all year, a little
that's
bit
been-
brain dead.
exactly. That's
and
been
then,
all
And
year.
then they folded to that exact team. I just don't know
But
how.
their offense over the that's a different Chargers team than
They're
this
getting
Chargers
going.
team.
Justin Herbert's playing some great ball. I'll give you that. They are a playoff lock, like 100%. I could even see them winning a playoff game, like 100%. But they are just not in the tier of team that Kansas City is, and I'm sorry, they just are not in the tier of team that Buffalo is. Sure, like the stats will say the Chargers have a better defense than the Bills this year, but like, let's be dead ass here. In a playoff game where, say these two teams match up against each other, where the Bills will probably have home field, the Bills will have home field
So
advantage.
I was going to say exactly this. I think that the Chargers come playoff time have a better chance to beat the Chiefs, but I think they'd lose to the Bills. That makes sense. It makes perfect sense.
I don't know about perfect.
Oh, okay, but like,
I think the Chiefs
So
are just
are the Bills better than the Chiefs?
nobody's better than the Chiefs.
Right.
Nobody's better than
So,
the Chiefs.
They
I'm
don't have a shot
saying
against either.
the biggest. No team has a shot against the Chiefs. We just
Right.
said that.
Okay.
I said that.
I'm gonna
I
be
said all this.
honest. Week after, and again, they just fucking beat them, so maybe it's recency bias. But I've been feeling like this for weeks now.
This could be their year.
Week after week, I'm getting higher on the Bills having more of a chance. Like I know you guys know how I feel about Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs. Like that's my fucking dog for life. I'm starting to get more and more weary about, bro. Three-peating is hard to do. Like, three-peating is hard to fucking do. And, like, I know it's the greatest. I've said it multiple times. He's the greatest quarterback I've ever seen with my own 2 eyes. So he defies the odds time after time. But week after week, I'm feeling more and more weary about it. But,
I
like,
just can never bet against that.
yeah,
that core
100%.
again.
I'm not gonna bet against
I
them.
literally
Come
sat
that
here
time, I'm
last
gonna
year
pick them.
And said they had no
And
chance.
said they had
I
no
remember.
chance.
Yeah,
I'm
that
never
was
doing that
crazy.
shit again.
That was
I'm never
crazy.
going to doubt them ever again. I'm never going to think that they're not the favorite to win the Super Bowl ever
Yeah,
again.
100%. I just.
Until
But,
I'm
like, in
proven
all
otherwise.
seriousness, I just don't know
Sometimes someone owns
what
another person
the Chargers. Yeah,
and another franchise. And unfortunately, Mahomes just owns the Bills.
yeah, right.
I think Mahomes owns the NFL,
has
but-
owned the Bills. Wait till we see what he does to fucking Justin Herbert.
That's the thing.
Like,
That's
what are
the
we
thing. You
talking
don't
about,
know
bro?
what's going to happen. No, we all know what's going to happen. The Chiefs are going to fucking win the Super Bowl again.
Right.
They're just going to keep doing it. Until they're stopped, they're just
like,
going to keep
So
doing
how
it.
the fuck are we having this conversation?
Yeah, like, are you like?
But who's
Shit.
the biggest threat? Because we have to have these conversations.
Shit, they're gonna lose.
no,
threat.
but there has.
Why do we have a podcast? Like-
Right, but there's one
all
team
inevitable
that's
anyway.
a bigger. There's one team that's a bigger threat than the others, and it's the Bills. It's
As I said, the Bills
clearly the Bills.
would beat the Chargers, I think, if they played each other. But I don't think that the Bills have a better chance of beating the Chiefs because they're just, unfortunately, they're like, it's their boogeyman. They can't solve it come come the time.
Right. So
when
this,
the time
this
matters the
core
most.
Bro,
of
they
Chargers
fucking
don't
had them-
technically have a boogeyman.
They're not scarred.
They had them beat.
Jim Harbaugh has you believing every single week. Every
Bro,
single week.
Like Josh Allen has me believing every single week.
Yeah, I mean, shit, I agree with you.
Right, so
but
why
I don't
we-
believe anymore against the Chiefs.
Oh my gosh,
I don't
Matt.
believe anymore against the Chiefs. They could beat them in the regular season all they want. We've seen this story over and over again.
When did Mahomes start starting? 2017.
Yeah,
18.
Sounds right. Oh, I don't know ball.
18, I think.
Okay.
Last game.
Keep
No, it's a
talking.
4-point game.
It's I'm just this was literally a 20-something point game. a while
Yeah.
ago. I just look. I want to say it's the Bills, but I don't think they could beat them.
The Chiefs are
don't.
8-2 against the Chargers in the last 10 games.
It's different. It's not the
What are they
same
against Jim Harbaugh? 1-0?
Chargers. Doesn't matter, though.
In the Jim Harbaugh.
No, but you don't understand.
I do.
This
though.
is no, but you don't.
Matt,
you clearly
like,
don't.
Be dead serious with us right now. Like, do you really fucking believe this, or are you just saying this just to get some shit off and get us some views? Because, like, either way, it's fine. But, like, Matt, you are the Buffalo Bills guy. Why are you folding like this, bro? The Chargers are fun, but, like, what the fuck are you doing,
I'm folding
bro?
because I genuinely don't believe they can beat the Chiefs anymore.
But what if the Bills do it and this is the year you gave up on them?
That's what I'm
Like,
saying.
I'm not giving up on them. I'm not giving up.
No, you
Because look, the Chargers are
You
going to beat the
are.
Chiefs. They're going to play in the
are.
AFC Championship, and the Bills are going to go to the Super Bowl. That's what's going to happen.
No. If the Chargers beat the Chiefs, they're going to the Super Bowl.
That's just not true.
okay.
That's just not true.
I just don't know how we can sit here and say that the Chiefs are inevitably going to the Super Bowl, and then the team that beats them in
Like, what are you
a
saying,
fake scenario
bro?
doesn't go to the Super Bowl.
Nick, do you have any thought on this?
Yeah, mate. Are we seeing? Are we
No,
smoking
I
bullshit?
mean, listen, I don't think Matt. I wish I was on the couch for this pod.
I know
I
we
don't-
should have just had you on the couch. and
definitely
just
Yeah, why
set up
didn't
your
we?
Cameras.
Can we
I mean, yeah, if you
That mic's not plugged in.
I
I
could
don't want to reach.
plug it in?
plug it
bro?
in real quick, like we
Fucking
say what you
thing's
have
right
to
there.
say, and we could like stop after the
Yeah.
segment and set that up. I have to use the sink anyway.
Yeah.
I don't think Matt is crazy. The Chargers look good.
They do look good.
It takes more than
here's the
that
thing,
to
but
pose
here's
a
the
threat
thing.
to the Chiefs.
No, I
though.
get
You
it.
can't
I
just
get
look
it.
good.
I get it. But like, I know we're talking about like the Bills. Yes, they're a great football team. But whether we like it or not, the Chargers are the #1 defense. Like you could throw all these stats at me. They have been that damn good, and they're playing two rookies at corner basically.
No, but what
Like
Cam Hart? He's a
Cam Hart's a dog,
bro.
He's a dog.
I love
Tar Heap
them.
Still,
I love them.
What do y'all know about Tar Heap still? Too.
I-
That boy's a
This
baller.
rookie cornerback class is like
Unbelievable.
elite.
Unbelievable.
I love them, and I love that. Like again, we were arguing in the group chat because you said I'm such a loser because I said Justin Herbert's overrated, and sure, I did say that, but because he hasn't won shit, and we were putting him
I
in
agree,
conversations he didn't belong in. Even if he's that talented, you got to win to be in those conversations. But that's a whole nother story. But my main sentiment last year, why I was so upset with Justin Herbert, was just the overall discourse around him, because it was either too far one way where he's the greatest quarterback in the league, he's on that Josh Allen Mahomes tier, blah, 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 or he's the worst ever. And I really didn't like that. And I like that we're seeing Justin Herbert come to light. I'm seeing everyone tweet that he's a consensus top 5 quarterback in the game, that's what he is. And it's cool. It's great. The Chargers, they have sick jerseys. Like, as a kid, I always liked the Chargers.
Daniel Thompson Chargers.
right.
jersey. I wanted that shit so
Right,
bad, bro.
exactly. Like
But
we
this
always
isn't
like the
those Chargers.
and it's not right. I agree. I completely agree that it's not those.
It's not flash.
We could say it's
It's
not those
par.
Chargers without
Par.
saying they're like they have a better chance to do the big thing than the Bills. You know what I'm saying? Like I'd probably have the Chargers as the 3rd or 4th best team in the AFC right now. Like I think they're that
And they're
good.
better than the Steelers.
Like I think that's where we're like that's where it's 3rd or 4th, because the other team I really don't think is that good. But we'll talk about that when we talk about that. But the Bills have just shown us so much over these past few years that like we can't be blinded by the fun Chargers. Like I agree with all your points that the Chargers are awesome. Justin Herbert's a dog. Jim Harbaugh, you can make the case he's the coach of the year right now. The defense is, and that was my sentiment when we argued for 20 minutes. You guys said I was crazy. I said they have good pieces on defense. Jim Harbaugh will turn this thing around because Brandon Staley was the worst coach in the NFL.
Yeah.
And he was terrible situationally. That's why they always got
Harbaugh's
unlucky.
amazing.
Right. So, like, again, like, not to take a victory lap, but, like, I saw this coming. I knew that I didn't think they'd be the best defense in the goddamn NFL, but I really firmly believe they'd be a top 10 defense this year. They have elite defensive personnel.
They also nailed the draft.
They did. They had a sick draft.
They had a great draft.
But, like,
People really thought Harbaugh might take a receiver
Nah,
instead of Joe Wall.
as your first pick in the Harbaugh era. Come on. But
yeah, they had a great draft. They have great defensive personnel. They are a damn good football team. But
That's it.
It's a very young receiving core that's only gotten better as the season has progressed, too.
100%. I agree with you. I don't think they've hit their full stride. I think they can continue to get better. Like, 100%. I agree with you. Again, this is all new. Not even just that the receivers are young, but just in general, this is all new for these guys. Like, this whole system is new for these guys.
Yeah,
like, so
we've seen it get better.
Right. I agree with you. But we've seen Josh Allen be a coin toss and a missed kick
13
away.
seconds.
Coin toss and a missed kick away from beating that guy. Justin Herbert, like, sure, he had Brandon Staley as his coach, but the only playoff, like, experience we have of him is him fucking choking. Like, respectfully. Like, and that's why, like, we can't put Justin Herbert in the conversation with those quarterbacks. And I know that's not the only thing that matters, but when you're playing against these guys, that typically is the only thing that fucking matters.
No,
Like,
I know.
You know what I mean? Like, the Chargers defense could be as great as they want, but at the end of the day, if those two teams match up, the Chiefs and the Bills and the Chargers, it'll probably come down to who plays better between Mahomes and Justin Herbert. That's what it is.
I'm just saying, scrap what you've, like, everything we have seen of the Chargers. Like, that game, scrap it. Get rid of everything that we have seen in the same way that we always used to say in the offseason, like, everything you've seen from Kyle Pitts, scrap it. It doesn't matter anymore.
No,
it's the
not
same way
thing
with
at
the
all.
Chargers.
No,
but it
I
is,
get what you're
because
saying.
This is not, this is
I
like,
get what you're saying, but also, like,
gone are the sins. Because Jim Harbaugh's
no,
the priest.
I agree, but also,
So if the
all we have to go off of
right,
with Justin, like, and I'm not saying he's gonna be a playoff choker.
if the
for
Cowboys
the rest
go
of his
get a
life.
great coach, are we going to wipe everything we've seen from Dak Prescott over the years in the playoffs?
No.
And that's a
But
tricky
that's happened
example
under
because
two coaches
and
already.
Dak
Okay.
has so much more like experience. But like, I'm not saying
And he's played in like 7
I'm not getting
playoff
up here
games.
saying Justin Herbert's a playoff choker. He'll never win a
No,
playoff
I
game.
don't
But
think so
like,
either.
you know, I think it. Again, when we're talking about these teams that have the two greatest quarterbacks of our generation, like, you have to match that. And I don't know if Justin Herbert's great. He's a
I'm
top five
projecting
dude.
that he can.
I don't
match
know
that.
if he can match that. And
He's
again,
probably the second most physically gifted
we've even
quarterback.
seen with Josh Allen that matching that isn't enough.
Yeah.
It isn't enough.
Yes,
It
I
isn't
agree,
enough.
but
So
that's
it's
why
like-
I'm saying.
I just think
if
we've
he comes
seen
close
Josh
to
Allen.
matching it,
think we've seen Josh Allen match it. We've seen him rise to the occasion. The Bills, like, as much as the Chargers obviously have made a bigger jump because they were so poverty, but the Bills keep getting better and better too. You know what I mean?
No, I agree.
You should be all
Chris.
over this, Matt. You should be all over the Bills.
I
bro.
agree, Chris.
You should be getting up here right now telling us that the Bills are going to beat
so
the
here's
Chiefs.
here's the
You
thing
really
too,
should.
that,
You
like,
folded, bro.
It's but I
did.
didn't because I have a different interest. Like, it's I have a different. You're
It's
allowed
like
to have
when,
multiple interests.
It's like when Andy threw Woody into the box. Said, "I'm not playing with you.
I'm not playing with you anymore.
What
I'm
are you
done.
doing, bro?
No, look. The Bills are, like I said, they're my second favorite team. They are.
Like, am I going to be the Bills guy on the podcast now?
No, because I still love them.
I
still love. I'm gonna root for them.
Not enough.
Tom,
I ain't
does
gonna
it,
pick
does
them.
it sound like he loves them?
No,
No.
no. You've,
Stop.
Matt, you're picking the Chargers
gotten up
over
here.
them.
You've gotten up here and sounded like a fucking idiot on the Bills' behalf many times in the past.
So many
The one
times.
time you can actually, like,
Back yourself up.
yes, you can actually back yourself up with evidence and things that have happened recently. You're not
you
doing.
got up here
You're
and said
going with the
Bills-
Chargers.
Yeah.
If you got up here and said the Bills are going to beat the Chiefs, all we'd say to you is, well, they haven't done it before.
They haven't done it in the playoffs.
That's all we'd say. But, like, we can't really argue
you
with
have an argument.
You
You
have
have
an
an argument.
argument. And you're going
no,
with the
but I don't,
Chargers,
because
bro.
every time they played
Matt.
them, because no, but it's literally
You're going
it's
with
the
the
truth.
Chargers,
It is the truth. Every
know,
single
but,
time they
like-
fucking played them, they have lost. And you just said it. Josh Allen can match Mahomes, and it doesn't fucking matter. I'm starting to think they're cursed. They can't beat them. So that's all I'm saying. I'm saying the Bills are the second best team in the AFC, but they will not beat the Chiefs.
Man.
They
And the
can't beat
Chargers.
the Chiefs.
Mahomes has you shaking in your boots, bro.
Yeah, bro.
No
You're-
shit, he should have the whole league shaking in their
I know-
boots.
Matt, you're folding, bro.
I'm not folding.
You are.
No, I'm
You're
not.
folding.
Because I just said the Chargers are the biggest threat to the Chiefs.
That's
Because they are.
folding,
Because they fucking
Matt.
are.
No.
I'm
That's folding,
speaking
bro.
facts. That's
No.
not folding.
Yes, it
All right,
is,
you're not
bro.
speaking no. You're not speaking facts. Come on, bro. No. Like
That's literally folding. Like
you're
you're
folding.
The Bills
bro.
over and over again have not got it done.
Yeah, but this is
They haven't.
the same way this is a different Chargers team. This is a different Bills team.
But
I
all
can't
the
believe I'm
same
saying
pieces
this
are
right
in
now.
You're
place.
picking the Chargers because there's no historical evidence to back up that they'll lose to the Chiefs.
Exactly.
That's
You're
ridiculous.
folding,
That's ridiculous.
bro.
No, it's not.
Matt,
No,
you're
it's not.
folding,
The Bills have been a cursed
Like this
franchise
isn't even
against
like
the
we
Chiefs.
wanted to have a heated debate on the pod today. This isn't even a heated debate. This
Oh,
is
we
just
will, we will.
funny, bro. Like
We will
what
at
the
some
fuck
point
are
or
you
another, but-
talking? What are you doing, bro? You wore number 17 in flag. You did not wear number 10, bro.
Damn.
You wore number 17. You are folding
love
on your
Josh.
guy. No.
I'm gonna
You
like I
don't
just
love him
said.
no more,
no,
bro.
but I do.
Bro,
but I
you're-
do.
You don't love him
You
no
love
more,
Herbert
bro.
more.
Yeah,
Bro.
you fall.
No, I
fell
love
off.
Josh more
Who
than
do you-
Herbert.
No.
But
No, you don't.
No, you
No.
guys aren't letting me finish.
You're
'cause
done.
You're wrong.
You're done. You're
Bro,
done.
No.
bro.
Unplug this mic, bro. Make podcasts
Literally,
more
as
expensive.
a team, the Chargers could be argued they are a better football team than the Buffalo Bills. That is a fact. That is quite literally. There is an argument. There is. Chargers have only gotten better as the
I
season's
think they're-
progressed. They are a physical football team.
No,
They can win it every single way right now.
There is an argument,
there's an argument.
sure, but the argument will lead us back to saying that the Bills are better than the Chargers. Like that's the answer.
Bills have a glaring
The-
weakness still.
the
Still
an-
can't stop the run. Still can't do it.
The Chargers have a glaring weakness. They're ass in the fourth quarter. That matters.
It's getting better. It's getting better as the season
Bro, but you're
progresses.
going
We
up
just
against.
watched
I
them
know, I
against-
know,
You're
I
against
know
the
what they
greatest
did.
of all time in the fourth quarter.
And we just
Like,
watched them fold against the Bengals, bro. Like
They didn't fold. They got it done.
it's it's cool that they won that game, but bro, like that isn't moving.
They
me.
absolved their demons.
bro.
They absolved their demons. They
That's
did.
a game that the old Chargers lose.
Yes.
I will agree. I will agree.
100%. But
There's been a lot of games this season that the old
Right,
Chargers
but
would
you
lose.
can't be one of the worst teams in the NFL in the fourth quarter against Chiefs. You just can't do it.
I simply think it gets better as the season progresses. A lot will be told when they play the Chiefs next.
Sure.
I don't even need to pull up the number because I was looking at it before. But like the Chiefs, in terms of all those advanced stats, success rate, EPA per play, all that fun juggle, are like far and away the best fourth quarter team. Even in a year that Pat Mahomes is ass, he's not playing like a top 5 quarterback, all that rubble. Why do they keep winning these close games? Because they are the best when it matters the most.
Right.
They are the best when it matters the most. The Bills fucking had a chip shot field goal to go up by 5, and they were so terrified of him that. And granted, it worked out, and that was sick for like.
Yeah,
like
that was
I know
a crazy
that-
play.
I know that's something that you always say, like you should go for it in those
That's the right
situations.
decision.
I know
That's
that
the right
made you
decision. Yeah,
happy, like that. But that takes big fucking kahunas.
Takes massive
And
balls.
you only do that because you are terrified of giving that guy the ball
Yes.
back. Like they are different in the fourth quarter. So like sure, the Chargers could get a little bit better in the fourth quarter than they have been, but they've been like a bottom 25
Yeah, what is it,
team
middle
in
of the
fourth
pack?
quarter.
Like,
yeah.
It's not enough.
Like against it, like the Bills, like we know Josh Allen has that clutch gene. We know it, and
I
like
agree.
I know Justin Herbert over his career so far has a good amount of game-winning drives and all that
A lot
fun
of 'em, yeah.
stuff, but this was also part of my argument from back in the day of why I thought he was overrated because I really don't know if he has that clutch gene. He's displayed it on occasions, and I know it was with Brandon Staley, but again, this is my whole argument from last year. I've seen him fold.
I don't give a fuck about no regular season.
I've seen him fold. Now, I'm not even just talking about that one playoff game. Even in the regular, like I've seen
Yeah,
Justin
for
Herbert
sure.
fold, and that was my whole thing last year. Was everyone was saying it's not Justin Herbert's fault. It's not Justin Herbert's fault. And sure, a lot of it wasn't his fault, but also I remember Week 1 against the Dolphins, he had a chance to win, and he folded. Like there were times last year where the defense, sure, they were fucking ass, but they did enough to give him a chance to win, and he got the ball and didn't do what he had to do. And like I'm not saying he needs to. No, I am actually saying he needs to be perfect because we're talking about when you're
you have to be perfect.
Not even just when you play against Mahomes and when you play against Josh Allen, you have to be fucking perfect to beat those guys in the playoffs. That's just what it is. And like, I don't know if Justin Herbert can do that. And the stats so far this year are telling me that they can't because they could be as good as they want for the first 3 quarters, but especially against the team in red, against the Chiefs, like what matters is the fourth quarter time. And the Bills have shown time and time again, even though they've lost in the playoffs, but like they've shown time and time again that they could do enough to win in those situations. They have. The Chargers, under Jim Harbaugh, haven't even been in that situation yet.
Yeah, we haven't seen it yet.
You're the Bills guy, Matt. You're the Bills guy. You folded, bro. You folded.
Now, on the off chance the Bills do make the run, you can't come up here and say you were here all along. You can't do it.
But I've been here.
No, you can't do it.
I'm the Bills guy now.
You're picking against them right now.
I'm the Bills guy now, bro.
I'm picking against them against the Chiefs.
Yeah, that's my point.
Yeah,
I'm the Bills guy
because
now.
they can't beat them.
Buffalo, let me in. Please accept me. I'm sorry
Bills
for everything
Mafia.
I've said in the past. Bills Mafia. Bro, I'll jump through a table, bro.
I want to go to a Bills playoff.
I'll jump through a table, bro.
I'm not going to lie to you.
All right. Moving on to some other AFC teams that don't have the same chance as the Bills or the Chargers to beat the Chiefs, I guess. But an AFC North, a classic AFC North game. The Steelers beat the Ravens 18-16 without scoring a single touchdown. And my biggest takeaway from this game, I said it about the 49ers a few weeks ago. I'm going to say it about the Ravens now. The Baltimore Ravens have a 0% chance of winning the Super Bowl. It's as simple as that. This team is fraudulent. They can't beat Mahomes. They can't beat the teams in their division. They fold. You want to talk about, having to rise up to the occasion? Lamar Jackson, every time he's needed to rise up to the occasion, he's folded in his career. I think his record against the AFC North, what?
No, continue. I'm just staring at Tom.
Oh, why?
He's handsome.
Oh, did I say something?
Yeah.
I'm not buying that. I don't know.
Lamar always folds.
The playoffs, yeah.
And against the teams in his division. The Steelers literally own him.
Well, against the Steelers.
Yeah. I lost my train of thought.
Ravens are frauds.
Oh.
There you go. Didn't take long.
Their defense had their best game of the season so far, and they still couldn't find a way to win because the offense couldn't get going. And again, this is a trend for the Ravens in these big games, in playoff games, against the Steelers, even against the Bengals sometimes throughout Lamar's career. Lamar just hasn't been good against the Chiefs in the playoffs and against the division. And to not be able to win a game where your defense has their best game of the season is telling to me because I don't know how many times the Ravens defense will be able to repeat this because I don't think the personnel is as good as it once was. I don't think the coaching is as good as it once was. And we've been seeing that all year. So, yeah, I mean,
Patrick Queen's on the other side now.
Yeah, and he had a phenomenal fucking game, bro.
My
He was out there
God.
guarding the receivers in coverage.
You saw that clip
one
too?
clip,
Oh
yeah.
my God.
So
Running downfield with Zay is crazy.
If the playoffs started today, they would play the Steelers in the first round. And to beat
On the
Mahomes,
road, like,
to beat
good
Mahomes,
luck.
you gotta get to Mahomes.
See you later.
go look.
Yeah.
See you later, Ravens.
I'm not taking them in that one. Like
I wouldn't either, probably.
the
I mean, granted,
Lamar
they
has-
should have won this
Lamar
game.
also has a boogeyman.
Justin Tucker. Yeah, and it's Mike Tomlin.
Yeah,
Justin Tucker missed 2 field goals in this game, to be
Yeah.
fair. But
He's-
Justin Tucker's been
why?
bad all year. So,
He ain't getting better.
like, is that just going to fix itself?
I just think,
don't know.
I think what I said a few weeks ago, I think the Steelers are winning the division. I think the Ravens are going to have to go on the road in their first playoff game. And God forbid they're not the 5 seed and they're the 6 or 7 seed and they have to go to Buffalo or go to Pittsburgh. They are not beating the Bills on the road and they are not beating the Steelers on the road. And, sure, if they're the 5 seed, they'll play whoever the 4 seed is, the Texans. Sure, they could beat the Texans, but then you're going to have to go play Mahomes on the road.
Yep.
They're cooked.
Yep.
They're cooked.
There's just no way out.
They will maybe win one playoff game. That's it. They will not win 2 playoff games. They are not going to no AFC championship. They are not sniffing the Super Bowl.
I mean, I'm in full agreement with you. Honestly, I can't even deny this. My biggest question mark from this game is why was Derrick Henry only getting 13 carries in this one? 13 for 65. I know he fumbled, but like, come on, Derrick Henry never really fumbles. So
Did you see when he fumbled? He
was fuming.
Angry. Can you like
Fuming.
He punched the shit out of the bench. I was like, I would not want to.
I would hand him the ball every single time on the next drive.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I would give
that's
it to
who
him
Derrick Henry is. He's not some
45 times.
He's not
the
some
remainder of the
second
game.
string running back that got a chance and fumbled. Like, it's Derrick fucking Henry. He doesn't fumble. Keep giving him the rock.
Yeah, I mean, I just found that to be one of the most questioning things of this entire game.
They got killed on time of possession. That's why.
But that's also because they were trying to throw so much. Like, they didn't even try to run a ball control offense.
You know what I mean? Like Russell Wilson threw 36 times. Lamar threw 33 passes. But, like, Najee still got 18 carries. Jalen Warren still got 9 carries. Russ had 4 carries. Justin Fields had 2 carries. Like, they just ran a total plays.
I mean, look, the Ravens moved the football. They got into position quite
total
a bit.
offensive plays. The Ravens ran 54 plays. The Steelers won 74 plays in this game. They got killed in just terms of
100%
ball control, and the fumble didn't help. The interception didn't. They had a few turnovers. So
but the thing is, what has been your? Well, that's number one. You can't turn the ball over like that in big games like this. But what has been your biggest thing all year? For the Ravens, you've pretty much been equal with how much you've ran the football and thrown the football. And that's why Lamar's been so incredibly efficient. Maybe a few more pass attempts than rushing attempts, but Derrick Henry needs to be getting 25 carries at minimum every single game. At minimum. And John Harbaugh came into the season and said, I don't plan on giving this guy a full load every single game. He didn't want to. But then he realized
he did it.
Derrick Henry. You do it every single time.
Especially in this game, in a division game that you were going to have to grind for every yard. This is why you get him to feed him in this game. And it's Derrick Henry. He's the king of the winter. You know what I mean? He's, like a Game of Thrones character. He gets better. He gets better the colder it gets. Like, that's his career. So, yeah, it's all cool. I mean, and I think it's just that point that he didn't get enough touches is summed up by him not being on the field for the 2-point conversion.
Yes.
That's insane.
Yes.
I don't care if you want to play action or speed option or whatever and let Lamar keep it, sure. That's fine. Run a play. But he has to be on you're at the 2-yard line. He got you there. He scored the touchdown, right? Yeah. He got you there. How the fuck is he not on the field for the biggest play of the game from the 2-yard line? He's not on the field. That's just bad coaching. Yeah, that's a bad coaching. Sure. And I'm on Ravens Twitter a little bit. They're fed up with John Harbaugh. They're fed up with him.
It hasn't been the same.
They've had enough of him. He's he folds in big moments. I hate to say it, but there's been
quarterback takes after him
numerous times where he folds in big moments, and I think the quarterback doing that is partially because of the coaching. But yeah, I mean, this offense is great. I'm not out on the Ravens offense because of this game. It wasn't a great performance by them, but unlucky. Like you said, Justin Tucker missed 2 kicks. That interception was by Peyton Wilson. That shit was fake.
That was insane.
Literally fake.
Freak.
He's a dog. I like
no
him.
ACLs.
How the hell did the Steelers get? How do you let the Steelers get him of all teams?
Because he's a Steelers pick.
Exactly.
It happens. It always happens that way. It's that simple.
We saw it in this, and again, it was only a 2-point game, but I watched the game back this morning, just from the looks of the game, even without the Steelers scoring a touchdown, and I guess the time of possession kind of alludes to that, but to me, it was like it was never in doubt for the Steelers. It got close there, and they made it interesting, but it was never in doubt for me watching the game back. It just felt like they had just full control of the game, and again, this was... To me, it was an out-of-body experience for the Ravens defense. I don't think this game is who the Ravens defense is. I mean, the Steelers were 0 for 4 in terms of touchdowns in their red zone opportunities.
So bad. That was all. And Russ throwing the pick in the red zone. What are you doing there?
Yeah,
you can't do that.
I think this was more of the Steelers beating themselves than really a dominant Ravens defensive performance. I don't think this is who the Ravens defense is, but this shows me that the Ravens can't win this type of game. Grind it out, got to have every yard. This isn't the Ravens of old that could ride the back of their elite defense.
It's so weird because like that's what you got Derrick Henry for.
They have to outscore teams and make it into a shootout. And look at the landscape of the AFC. Look at the top 4 teams in the AFC right now. You got the Bills, you got the Chiefs, you got the Chargers, you got the Steelers. Like, you're not in a playoff.
You're not going to force them into a
right
shootout.
In a playoff game. You're not getting into a shootout with those teams. Like, this isn't the old Bills and Chiefs that, we're asking Mahomes and Josh Allen to be Superman for 4 quarters, scoring 40 points, whatever the case may be. Like, even the Bills-Chiefs game, like, they scored a bunch of touchdowns, but that shit was a grind fest. Yeah. Like, it was a grinded out game, and I just don't think the Ravens are built to win that type of game. I really don't. And again, sure, they could get the 5 seed and go to Houston and beat the Texans. Like, the Texans stink. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but like they're not winning 2 playoff games. They're not.
Yeah, I feel the exact same way. I mean, there's really not too much I can even say on the Ravens, to be quite honest. Like I agree. Defense.
Yeah, I mean
sucks.
you can't make it. They want to win a Super Bowl. You can't do that with a bad defense. It's just impossible. I mean, yeah, they just haven't been good all year. The secondary can't guard for the most part, and yeah, more of a bad Steelers game than a great Ravens game.
So
I completely agree.
Yeah.
It's just so wild.
It is. I mean, I'm not as low as the Ravens as you guys are, as it seems. I don't think that they're terrible. I mean, they played one of the best defenses.
They're not terrible.
No, they're good. They're
a good football team.
they're making the
Can they win a
playoffs.
Super Bowl? Can they win a Super Bowl is a question I'd like to ask you, actually.
No.
So, to get there, can the Ravens... How do I say this?
Can the Ravens beat these teams? What is it?
It's
Oh, it's the team.
Yeah, what are you looking at?
Can the Ravens beat
the
these
Ravens
teams
beat
in a playoff game?
Can the Ravens beat these teams in a playoff game? Let's start off simple. The Kansas City Chiefs.
No.
Absolutely not.
No shot.
The Houston Texans.
Yes.
Sure.
They could beat the Texans.
They could beat the Texans.
They could beat the Texans.
The Los Angeles Chargers.
Right now, I'd say no. Like, they can.
I still think they can beat the Chargers.
Yeah, I mean, like, if we're doing, like, the Ken game, anyone could beat anyone.
I think they could beat everyone but the Chiefs.
If I was picking, I would pick the Chargers.
I would agree. I would pick the Chargers
Chargers
as well. But, yeah, I mean, they could beat them.
I'd stay away before I pick the Chargers. I don't think it's that easy.
So you
but-
think the Ravens?
Who pick?
If you have to pick a
You
team,
have,
who
you
would
have
you
to
pick?
We have a gun
in
to your
that
head.
game?
Like, you have to pick.
All right, chill. Oh man, that's tough. Battle of the Harbaughs. Yeah, give me the Chargers. Sure.
Yeah, which Harbaugh is better?
Yeah.
We know the answer.
Yeah, you're damn right we do.
His name starts with J.
Sure does. It sure does. It sure
Can't
does.
go wrong.
What about the Buffalo Bills?
Absolutely not.
No,
No.
they can't. No, they can't beat the Bills.
No?
No,
What if the
I mean,
Ravens
they
are
can,
home?
but no,
No.
they won't.
they're not going to beat.
They already
Well,
did.
they're not going to be home.
They're not going to be home. The
And
Bills are guaranteed to win their division. Now,
just like I'm not. Yeah, I'm not moved by that regular season. Like, I don't care that they beat them already. Like,
Yeah, no.
these are
I agree.
different teams now.
these
I
are
agree
very
as well.
different teams, but
What about the Pittsburgh Steelers in the playoffs?
I'm picking the Steelers. They can't beat the Steelers.
To me, it's the battle of the chokes.
Like historically, they can't beat the Steelers. And if you play them at home, it's a no-brainer. Shout out Pete. He can't be here tonight, but it's a no-brainer.
oh god, this one's rough.
This one's like where I'm at a
Yes.
crossroad, but I'm gonna go with the Steelers. I just think the Steelers are a better football team right now.
Yeah.
I just said otherwise, but like, think I'd probably pick the Ravens to do it if they met again. They turned the ball over multiple times in this game, missed 2 field goals. A lot went the Steelers' way. I'd probably pick the Ravens if you put a gun to my head, as you said before.
I feel like
A lot went the Steelers' way, so the Steelers played better, so I'm going to pick the Ravens.
No, I'm saying like a lot went the Steelers' way.
I feel
for
like
this
a lot
game.
went against the Steelers. Like, you know what I mean? Like 0 for 4 in the red
2-point game.
zone isn't
Yeah,
gonna.
I mean,
Like, not as like I agree the Ravens got more unlucky if we want to say that, but I feel like the Steelers got Steelers are not going to score a touchdown
Yeah, I
every
know.
game.
The
You know what I
two
mean?
turnovers that the Ravens had.
No, it was
like,
unlucky.
those
I
are-
agree. But again, the Steelers didn't. It's not like the Steelers went out here and played their best football either.
No, they definitely
you know?
didn't. I agree, but I probably would take the Ravens still. I think. I don't feel good about it, but I would probably take the Ravens.
I mean, hey man, if Lamar's playing how he was playing against the Chiefs last year, I'm taking the Ravens. He caught his own pass.
What? He played like ass in that game.
No,
He played like shit.
He was awful. Awful.
I don't think he played bad. I
Played
biggest-
he played a good first half.
I was gonna say, I think in the first half he was
Played a good first
yeah.
half. Boy, what's that like high school football meme? They had me in the first half. Not
Not
gonna
gonna
lie.
lie, yeah.
Not gonna lie.
No.
Is that
And last but not least, I think this is the closest matchup. Maybe I'm being a little biased here. We have the Denver Broncos.
Nah, Baltimore just rolled over them.
Yeah, the Ravens.
yeah, it's the Ravens.
Come on, what about
Wow.
that other team? There's another team that can maybe make the playoffs in the
I
AFC.
don't know what team you're talking about.
Stop, Chris.
NFL.com gives them a 9% chance.
What team were you guys?
He's
Dolphins?
talking about the Dolphins.
I saw one the other day that was
They
like
could make it.
yesterday. That was like
I
that
think
gave
it's
them
more
like
than
25. Yeah,
I think it's more than 9 too, but
9%.
they ain't beating nobody out of these teams.
no.
The problem is
Except
they
for the-
need one of the other teams to fall out.
Would you take them over the Ravens?
no,
Okay, I'm just asking.
no.
Would you take them over the Broncos? That's
I
not gonna happen in
think
the playoffs.
the Dolphins are a better football team than the Broncos. Yeah,
But, okay.
I do.
Yeah.
I think the Broncos are cool, man. I don't know.
They're cool.
Broncos are a good football team.
They're good,
They're getting
yeah.
better as the season progresses
Yeah.
too.
And you know what the Ravens
I
are
saw
doing?
Colin Cowherd today. Actually,
Getting worse.
The opposite.
he had the Dolphins as he was ranking his top 10 teams in the NFL. He had the Dolphins in his top 10. Colin
Yeah, he
Cowherd.
still thinks they have Christian Wilkins.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I'm sure he learned now that they don't. I'm sure he saw all the comments, so I'm sure he knows now that they don't. But yeah, that was crazy. But no, he was saying, he was like, I don't give a shit that they're 4-6. Like, this team's been pretty damn elite since Tua got back.
Yeah.
Tua looks good. He
Yo,
looks really good.
Tua right now is playing the best ball of his career.
He is. I agree.
Like, so
I agree.
we'll see
He's
what happens.
motivated,
That's
bro. He's got a second
He
lease on
got a
his
new
career.
brain.
He's got a third lease on his career, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
So that's the AFC playoff picture. There's some things. How do I say this? There's a division in the NFC that's heating up quite a bit. It's a very close race. The bottom of the NFC West is the San Francisco 49ers, who had their money on that before the season started. But they're 5-5. They're only a game behind the number 1 seed, Arizona Cardinals. So Cardinals are 6-4, Rams, Seahawks, Niners, all 5-5. This is a really interesting race. I mean, these teams are literally neck and neck with each other. Who do we think comes out on top? Who do we think takes a division? Because I don't think I'm going to look at the wild card. I'm going to look at the playoff picture. I don't know if another team is going to get in.
It's a really loaded wild card for the NFC. I mean, you're talking about 2 of the spots are NFC North teams right now, who are
Right, you've
pretty
got
clearly
Vikings,
gonna
Packers,
roll.
Commanders.
And the Commanders are still have a
So
really
only
good
one.
record.
So theoretically, only one NFC West team is going to make the playoffs. Who is it?
I could see 2. It's not like they're far behind the Commanders, but this one's rough.
This is a tough one.
This is very difficult.
are we ranking them? Like all 4 teams?
If you guys
or-
want to rank them, I mean, if one makes the playoffs, that's really all I care about, right? Like, I don't
Yeah.
know. We can rank them if you want. I just think
No,
it's like
we don't have to
splitting
rank
hairs.
them, yeah.
You know,
Just-
that's why I don't think
Just
we have to rank
just give that hook again.
them. Okay.
Like,
Who
who do you think's winning the NFC
Yeah,
West? Bubble?
do you think is winning the NFC West?
I'm gonna start this one off.
Sure.
No notes, no iPad, no laptop, no nothing.
Notes?
Raw dogging it, just like I do with life.
All right.
Sorry.
And other things.
Bad advice.
Yeah, this is a tough one. However,
There's an answer.
there is an answer. I
Okay.
can tell you there's one team that you should knock off, and for me personally, I think that is the San Francisco 49ers.
Wow. Nice.
It's tough to do, man.
It is tough. I was never a believer. I'm sorry. I think the Lions should have beat them in that playoff game last year. With that being said, speaking of the Lions, I think the Lions are owned by a man, and they fear a man who they also beat in the playoffs. However, they do not want to see him again this year. I think Matthew Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams will come out on top in this division. I mean, you got Maserati Marv, who
The Cards look awesome.
They look awesome. I mean, listen,
But sometimes
But
they
they
look
look
so
so
bad,
fluky,
though. Yeah,
bro. Like, it's-
that's just my thing with the Cardinals. I think their schedules are kind of similar. I mean,
They're
I think
all
they all
so
play each other
similar.
twice again. Like,
Yeah,
Right.
for the
So-
most
The
Oh,
part.
Cardinals have the easiest schedule, like according to
like I
strength
was gonna
of
say, is that
schedule.
just you looking at it, or is that like
I just
Yeah,
look-
that's me. Like
okay?
no,
eyeballing
that's
it?
like according
he's actually
to
looking
the
at
Oh,
the
okay,
strength
okay.
of schedule. Yeah.
yeah.
The Cardinals have like in terms of
Is it
toughest being number 1. The Cardinals are 19th. The Rams have the 11th toughest schedule. The Seahawks have the 9th toughest schedule, and the 49ers have the 4th toughest schedule remaining. The
Niners
Niners,
are
think
just-
the Niners
yeah.
have the Lions, the Bills, the Packers, the Cardinals, the
Right.
Rams,
they're done.
My
and
God, who did that?
the Dolphins and the Bears.
Who did they piss off?
Lord.
So they'll win one of those
Jesus.
6.
They get they'll probably get 2 or 3 of them things, but
I mean, is Bosa like out indefinitely? Because they were night and day with and without him.
Yeah, I don't know what the
field.
deal is with that.
so I think the thing that buoys the Cardinals schedule the most is they get back to back with New England and Carolina. But outside of that, Seattle, Minnesota, Seattle, and the Rams in San Fran. Those are the other 5 games outside of New England and Carolina. So definitely tough matchups coming up. They rolled the Rams the first time they played them. Don't get me wrong, but I'm going to say that was a fluke,
That was a bad
and
team.
I'm going to say, well, yeah, that was also a very beat up Rams
Yeah,
team.
right.
That's seemingly getting healthy. Yes, they beat the Patriots this week, and it wasn't an incredibly impressive win, but the Rams defense is just so damn young and has improved every single week. It feels like over the last 5 weeks, they're number 4 in terms of defensive EPA. They're one of the best in the league. Puka's back. The offensive line is getting healthy. I'm going to side with the team that I picked in the offseason to win this division. I'm going to stick with the Rams. I'm not going to switch up. I think
Nah,
Matthews-
dog. You picked the Seahawks. Get the hell out of here.
No, I did not. To win the division?
Oh.
That sounds like me.
Oh,
I
okay.
To
probably
win the
picked the
division?
Seahawks. No, he
I
definitely.
was going to say we could go back.
I think he picked the Rams to go to the Super Bowl.
No, I picked.
No,
the
he
Rams.
picked the
Rams
Rams to go to the
Super
Super
Bowl.
That's what I
Bowl.
was saying.
I picked the
Oh,
Rams
okay.
to be above the Niners and win the division. I was one of the few
Word.
people that actually thought that.
Me too.
Here he goes.
Here
he goes.
me
He's the
too.
only person that ever has a
Nah, I
bold
thought that
take.
too.
I'm just saying.
Nah, I
I'm
thought you
just
picked
saying.
the Seahawks. I know you were super high on the Seahawks.
The only reason I said that was because he just told me
yeah,
that
no,
I
I
picked the
thought you
Seahawks,
were
so.
mad high on the Seahawks.
I said they'd win 9 games, but I mean
I'm not
that
moved.
was higher than most.
What does those sleazy say? I like to move, but I'm not moved. I don't know. I don't like Geno Smith.
I love
Yeah, I'm
Geno.
I
not
love
moved by
Geno
the
Smith.
Seahawks.
Geno ain't
See, I'm-
Geno ain't the problem.
I'm going with the Seahawks. I think the Seahawks are going to pull it out. They just got DK back. They beat the Niners. Now the divisional record is tough. That's what I was just looking at because they're 1-2. But they're 2-4 at home. Is that right? No. What did I just say? Yeah. They're 2-4 at home. I don't think that's going to last. I mean, Seattle's a tough place to play in. Always has been. Always will be. I think they're going to turn it around there. They're just getting DK back. I believe in Geno. I think he's still God, he makes some boneheaded decisions from time to time, but they all do. Stafford does too, and historically, Geno's not on the level of Stafford. I'm not saying that. Cardinals, like we said, they feel fluky, man. They're on a 4-game win streak, which is cool, but they beat the shit-ass Jets. They beat the Shane Waldron Bears, and that was Tua's first game back, I believe, was when they played Miami. And they beat your precious Chargers, so there is that. But I don't know. These teams are like splitting hairs to me. I think I like the Seahawks. I like Geno. I love that he's getting DK back. JSN has been killing it.
Yo,
so
watch out.
those weapons
Awesome.
those weapons are coming alive. Ken Walker, one of the best running backs in football. And I like the Seahawks core, man.
It's tough, bro.
It's splitting hairs.
It's tough here. I picked the Rams preseason.
I mean, Stafford, McVay, Cup, Puka. Like, sure, I can't. And then,
yeah,
I
but
can't
they
go against
really
that.
That's literally
just
what it is.
haven't
Yeah,
looked
I
too
can't-
great.
I
Like
completely agree.
they looked pretty mediocre this week against the Patriots. They almost lost. They lost to the Dolphins, and that's probably a game they would have liked to have, given how tight this division
Sure.
is right now. That was one that you really got to have. I don't know. I feel like in like these got to have it situations, they just haven't felt the same.
Nah, Stafford hasn't played up to
He
Stafford.
hasn't felt
Stafford,
the
I think you
same.
said it last week or something. Like, as much as he can go down and win you a game, he can go down and lose you a game.
Yeah, I don't know. Like their run game isn't that good. Sure, Karen scores a lot of touchdowns, but like in terms of yards per carry, like they're not good.
No, yeah.
They don't really have a good run game that they can rely on. Obviously, Stafford is making it work with Puka and Kupp right now. I think they both went over 100 yards in this game against the Patriots.
Are
But
we shocked if one of those guys goes down again? Like,
yeah, I don't know, man.
No, you're right. I mean,
I like the Rams' defense, like you said. I love their young pieces. Jared Verse is a fucking stud.
he's
He's
an
a
animal.
dog, but I don't know, man. I think I might pick the Cardinals, dude. I think I'm gonna go. With
I
the
don't believe in their defense.
I don't believe in their defense much either. But like, you want to talk about the Rams' defense gets better and better every week. The Cardinals' defense has been getting better and better throughout the season.
Gannon,
Like,
Gannon is so good.
and sure, like they haven't, their 4-game win streak, they haven't really played anyone that tough. I mean, shit, they beat the Chargers, who Buddy Boy here just said it's the biggest threat
defense
to
in
the
the NFL,
Chiefs,
yeah.
best defense in the NFL. They beat the Dolphins, who sure it was Tua's first game back, but that offense was fucking moving for the Dolphins, and they won a close one. And then they didn't just beat the Bears; they dismantled the Bears.
They have
Literally.
And
dismantled their last two. Yeah.
They did not just beat the Jets; they dismantled the Jets. So
They made the Jets quit.
they made the Jets quit. Like I
Gave
was
up on their season.
Kyler has been. Oof.
like, so I know, like
22
if you look at like the strength of those opponents, you say not moved, but the way in which they won was pretty moving to me. Kyler's been easily the best quarterback in the division to this part of the season.
Mhm.
I think
I mean, they've given up 15, 27, 9, and 9.
yeah, I mean the
last
defense
4.
is playing good ball
I mean,
right
9 and
now.
6, sorry. But
Defense is playing good ball right now. It's tough, man.
I'm still taking the Rams.
I know,
Yes.
because I've seen Stafford do the thing. Like, big game, who do I
Right, Stafford's
trust? Like,
typically
it's
at his best
nuts.
when his back's against the wall. His
That-
back is against the
yeah.
wall right now to win this division.
Correct.
Yeah. Oh, man. I really like the Cardinals, dude. I really, really do. They're a good football team. They're well coached.
Have the faith and conviction, bro.
I mean, they're at the top, and they're 2-0 in their division.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're 2-0. Rams are 2-1.
Oh, man.
Say it.
And, like, this schedule is
Flirting with them right now.
This schedule's pretty easy. Like, okay, they play the Seahawks
Play Seattle
twice.
twice, yeah.
They're gonna split. Like,
Probably.
Sure,
they'll,
yeah,
they'll split
probably.
that. They play the Rams and the
I
Niners.
think the Rams get them.
I'll go out on a limb here and say I don't know which one is which, but between playing the Rams and the 49ers,
one.
I think they split.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 2-2. They play the Vikings. We could say they lose that one. Or we could say they win that one. But we could say they lose that one. And then the
They're
Panthers
getting New England
and the
Carolina.
Panthers and Carolina, I think they win pretty handily. So that's what, 4-3 the remainder of the season. Like,
Yes.
with the lead they have on the division right now, that's probably enough, unless like one of these teams goes on a crazy run. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
like the Seahawks could be good, but where they're at, like they have to go on a crazy. You know what I mean? Like they have to go something into whatever the, I don't know the number in my head, however many games, but like you can only lose 2 games. You know what I mean? Where
Or beat the Cardinals twice.
right, yeah, which is possible.
Yeah.
It's possible. I'm gonna go with the Cardinals. So I think the schedule is on their side. I think they have the lead in the division right now. I think Kyler's playing like the best quarterback in the division. So I'm gonna go with the Cardinals. Sorry it took me so long to get there.
No, you're good.
No, I mean,
That's fair.
I
as
get
long as
it.
we agree,
close.
as long as we all agree, there's one wrong answer, and it's the Niners.
It's
Like,
the
they're-
Niners, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've been out on the Niners. And you were out on the Niners preseason. We both
Sad.
were. Like, it's just, they're just not the same.
Last year,
I-
had a
Yeah, I
chance.
don't know why. It's got a
McCaffrey
weird feeling.
came back, and listen, there's still
was Ayuk.
time for him to get back into it, but he's not the same. Ayuk is out. Sure, Jawan Jennings looks good, but
He's a
Jawan
god.
Jennings as your number 1 receiver, you're not going to do much. He's good. He's a good player. But
He's a baller.
Tebow Samuel does not look the same at all. He looks bad.
Looks chubby.
He's got a little
Kittle looks
tummy
great
going
when
on.
he's in, but
Yeah, you still have glaring holes in the interior of your offensive line.
Your pass rush is
Pass
gone.
rush isn't
Their
the
interior,
same.
yeah.
Yeah, like Nick
Defensive
Bosa's
side,
great, and like he could,
Hargrave's missing the
wreck a
season,
game
like-
by himself. But from the looks of it, I think he'll miss a few weeks. They're saying he doesn't feel too good. I don't think there's a timetable out on him right now, but I'd expect him to at least miss this next week. Their bye already passed, so it's not like they could have the bye and figure out these kinks. They just don't look the same, and they've dug themselves a hole already. So, yeah, I'm out on the Niners. I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked if any of these teams win the division, but I just don't feel good about the vibes are
And the schedule.
Yeah, the vibes just ain't the same for
No,
them.
not
And
at all.
the schedule was a fucking gauntlet.
Yeah.
I'm picking the team that
To this point in the season, the Niners should have been running away with the division. You know what I mean? They should have had a cushion, given the fact that now they're going into the hard part of their schedule.
And they're losing in the division.
yeah, that was
Right.
one you can't lose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a bad one.
The Rams schedule is definitely something. I mean, Philly next week is going to be very telling. Sunday Night Football there.
Where?
In OA. Then they get New Orleans, Buffalo.
Honestly, they should get spanked by the Eagles.
The Eagles are so good. So
they should
good.
get.
Are you turning around on them, or you still think it's falling apart, brother?
No,
Because you've been
I've been hesitant.
you've been
That's
a very
that's the word
staunch
that's
non-believer.
The word I'm using is hesitant.
No, I mean they played Thursday night. They haven't played a game since you said it last
Right,
in the group chat, so you
that's
still
true.
feel the same way.
Yeah.
They're not. They're gonna
Oh, you
collapse
said it
in
on
the playoffs.
Tuesday. You said it on Tuesday.
I agree with Tom.
What do you mean? Tuesday's today.
No,
Last
last Tuesday.
Yeah, I know, but
I
then
don't know if
after the
things
game,
change.
after the game Thursday, he said it too in the chat.
Oh.
When we were
yeah.
bickering and bantering, he threw it in there.
What was it Thursday?
The Commanders.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I
I'll never forget because I was, texting and driving.
right. Oh yeah, because he was shitting all over the Commanders. That's right.
Yeah.
I definitely was.
Yeah. No, I'm not. That's right. Because we were talking about. Yeah. I think the Lions would. I think the Lions would whoop them.
You're lucky the Packers fucking won, bro.
That would have been real bad.
You're lucky the Packers won, bro. Oh my God. I had my whole speech prepared, bro. The Commanders beat them. The Bears, the Packers lost to them. I had my whole speech
What was
prepared.
it? Two back-to-back weeks where win was decided on a block field goal. It's crazy.
It is wild.
Yeah.
It is definitely wild. I don't know if that's ever happened before in NFL history.
I mean, that's happened a lot this year. The Giants won a game offside.
Yeah, the kicking's been.
What a slate
weird.
we had this.
Yeah, what a
this Sunday.
random.
What some good
competitive
games.
NFL
Some good
slate,
games.
bro.
Some good
Right.
games. Yeah.
It's been ridiculously competitive this year.
No, this year's good football.
There was that one week, like week 7, week 8, or whatever it was, where it was like crazy times. I don't remember what week exactly, but this week was cool. It was cool.
I thought it was good.
Thought it was a good week.
Yeah,
Sunday night game was
Sunday
a
night
movie.
game
It
was
was. We got to do
The
that
Monday
every
night
Sunday
game
night.
wrecked.
I like watching the
Yeah,
game in the
yeah, we
in the
should.
PlayStation party.
We
Just
should.
chilling.
Monday night game wrecked it, dude. It really ruined the whole week.
Monday's a new Thursday.
Yeah, Monday's turn.
Monday's
Thursday night football's been good.
That's what I'm
yeah.
saying. Thursday night football's been solid
good.
this year.
So we've been getting some
Got a
good
couple
calls.
classics on Thursday night actually.
We have had
Falcons, Bucks,
Broncos Saints.
Yeah, but sure. Jesus Christ,
Broncos.
what sadist did that? What sick bastard?
To be fair, going into this,
First of all,
going into
first
the
of all,
season, that didn't
normalize
seem like a
flexing
good idea.
games. Normalize flexing games.
Please.
Stop putting these shit teams.
Not
in
maybe
prime
not the
time.
Thursday ones.
Yeah, because a short week. and all.
Thursday
I get
one's
that.
short week.
I get that. But
I
Sunday
mean, they
night, bro.
cooked this week. They kicked the Jets out.
That's
of
what I'm
prime
saying,
time.
yeah.
Yeah, well,
Like,
the Cowboys should have been
keep
kicked out
doing
of
that shit.
fucking prime time.
Why the fuck are the Giants and Cowboys playing
Plus,
on
the
Thanksgiving?
Cowboys are trying to kill people.
Yeah.
They're
Well, the
dropping
Cowboys
shit from the
always get
ceiling.
a
I don't give a shit.
Thanksgiving game.
I
That's
don't
tradition.
give a fuck about tradition. They
Nah,
suck.
that's
I don't want to
tradition,
watch
bro.
them. No,
All
that's
I
fine.
know is I will be spending a lot of family
That's-
time.
Yeah, that's the
in that
perfect.
hour.
That's the middle game too, right? That's the 4 o'clock
mel-
game.
yeah, that's the melatonin
nap
game.
time. Yeah,
Yeah,
That's
the
what I said. I
melatonin
said it's the
game.
perfect
Right,
game
perfect.
because
Yeah.
we're gonna get to just have Thanksgiving dinner, get off the Thanksgiving dinner table, go lay down, nap, or do whatever the hell you want to do, and then we get to go sit down for a nice, good football game.
What's the nighttime game on Thanksgiving?
Lions. Or?
Lions something.
And then we get the game of the year on Black Friday. Packers Dolphins.
Packers Dolphins should be a
The
good
game we've been talking about all season.
That is
Season
the
on the
game
line.
of
Yeah,
the
that's
season.
what I'm saying.
yeah,
Game
that's
of the year.
It's the Dolphins game of the year right there for sure.
Take a trip to Lambeau. Show those boys what's up.
Who else? Who are the Lions playing?
No, night.
They can't play in
Dolphins
the
Packers
cold.
are Thanksgiving night.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lions Bears is 12:30.
Okay.
So
So Dolphins Packers Thanksgiving night is awesome.
Right.
I'm
Raiders
excited for that.
Chiefs is Black Friday.
In Lambeau?
Raiders
In
that's
Lambeau.
nasty,
Give me the
too.
Packers.
all right, bro. Have
We'll
them.
do- yeah.
Have them.
You remember?
Take them. They're yours.
Was it Christmas Day last year that we watched Aiden O'Connell's Raiders beat Patrick Mahomes and
Yeah.
the Chiefs? That was that, right?
Yes.
Christmas Day.
Hey, run it back.
Oh,
Why the fuck did the Spurs jersey
Tommy
say
DeVito
Sat
almost
X?
beat the Eagles.
That was the
Or
last
did we
time the
play
Chiefs
Cowboys?
lost before
Oh,
Sunday.
yeah, Christmas
No, we played the
2023.
Eagles.
Yeah,
I think we played
almost,
the Eagles.
We almost won.
We did win.
We won?
We
Oh, we
beat
did
the
win.
Eagles.
Yeah.
We did win.
But that was like
Eyes on.
that was
Eyes on Tommy.
Marcus Mariota, I think.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts didn't play in that
Jalen
game.
Hurts.
Didn't
fuck.
play that game. So
Wait,
Tommy
so we
DeVito.
beat the Eagles twice?
I think. No, wait, did
No.
we? No, we didn't beat them with Jalen.
That doesn't
It
sound
wasn't
right.
with Jalen.
We beat them with Jalen at the end, I'm pretty sure.
Are you
When they
sure?
were banged up
No.
like the second last week last year? No?
No,
I
I
don't
think we
know.
lost that game.
Maybe
No, we won.
I don't remember.
We
No,
won
no,
this.
I don't really
Alright.
care. Tommy DeVito took us out of Drake Mate position. That's all I fucking know.
Picked up Tommy
I don't
DeVito
wanna
in
talk-
Dynasty.
Okay,
did.
I don't want to
however,
talk about Mr.
Both
Tommy Cutlets, to be
dynasties.
honest.
however,
I
why?
had Drew Lock and got him.
Because this is not
I know,
fun.
I've had Drew Lock for
It's fun.
weeks.
I'm over
bro.
it.
I was
I'm
prepared
so
for
over
Shit
Drew
is
Lock.
not
And
fucking fun.
they said Tommy Cutlet. I said, oh, all right. I guess I got to drop Drew Lock.
This shit is fun.
However, I will
This
say-
is not fun when he
I'm
costs
enjoying
you
it.
Drake May.
I don't think the Giants
we got neighbors out of it. I'm all right.
are half the team without Malik. That's me. His name on Twitch, it's funny because he just went live on Twitch. His name on Twitch is Leakster.
All right.
Leakster_8. Nobody calls you that. Stop.
Stop that shit.
Bro, no. Don't fucking start me with
You're-
this Tommy
wait.
DeVito bullshit.
I mean, I'm not.
Oh,
'em.
come on. I don't want to talk about the Giants, bro.
Fuck him. That's all I know. Fuck him.
We talked
Sorry,
about the
Tommy.
Jets, bro. I can't do both in one fucking podcast
Your
again,
cool
bro. Please.
story. But stop
It
costing
is
us
a-
quarterbacks.
It is a cool story, bro.
I like it.
It's a cool story. It's fun. It's
You can
better
do
than.
it.
It's more fun than Drew Lock.
Yeah. Nah, depends.
And
Drew
for
Lock
like
could be
con-
real
Drew
fun.
Lock, so I saw on Twitter like the Giants are doing a generational tank job because like Drew Lock going with Tommy over Drew Lock because like Drew Lock's contract or something, there's like mad incentives in it for him like playing. So they were like, oh, we don't want to fucking
Fuck that,
pay.
we're not
Yeah,
paying
we
this
don't want to
guy.
pay you. So they went with Tommy
We're gonna
Cutlin
put the
instead.
Paisan out there.
I think they also really do think that like putting Drew Lock out there, he could fuck around, have a big game, and like.
Bro, they
win
play
us.
Tampa Bay. They're
that's
playing
what's
Tampa
gonna
Bay.
happen.
Like he could, like have a good game. Like, you
But
know?
So
Tommy's.
could Tommy Cutlin. We saw last year.
Yeah, no,
He
I
did
agree.
have a
I
big
completely
primetime
agree. But
game.
like, I don't
Wait,
think
he did beat Jalen Hurts.
if
He-
Tommy has a
yes.
good game, I don't think he's like
Week
people are changing
16.
their mind on him.
Yeah, no.
Like it's possible where Giants are like, yo, this guy Drew Lock, he could be, you know,
I don't
little
think
bridge
that,
quarterback.
I don't
like,
think that would happen.
Giants
Honestly,
fans are. Never mind.
we're starving. We're
stupid.
starving.
We're stupid.
We're
I'm starving.
tortured.
I just want a damn.
Yeah, we got one
quarterback.
more
That's
little.
it.
We got one more little thing.
yeah.
We got another segment.
What's the finale?
The quarterbacks.
Oh,
It's your fucking idea.
Yeah, it was.
So I was waiting for you. I've been waiting
I
for you
thought-
to hook it.
yeah,
and
you're-
we've
yeah,
been
you're
talking
doing
about
it.
the Giants and shit.
I mean, speaking of quarterback, you know, Tommy Cutlet's transitioning into a top 5 quarterback segment. All right. These are our top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL.
At number 1, give me Tommy.
Hell yeah.
At number
You're
37.
top 5
give me
Italian
Tommy DeVito.
quarterbacks. in the NFL.
All right.
And number 1 is Tommy DeVito.
Fuck him. Fuck him. That's
I don't
all
know why you're so against him.
All right,
Because
who's
he costed us Drake May.
I'll start it up.
Nah,
Feel free to jump in whenever you guys feel. I don't have it like written down or anything. I'm gonna go 1 to 5. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
No,
So the way we're
We all have the same one.
right, the way we established that the way we're doing this is like, how do I explain it? Like, just
You could put
who's the
everything
best quarterback?
together.
Like, it's not just what we've seen this season. It's
This season probably weighs in, I guess, the most, but you got to
Right.
also factor in what these guys have done at some point in their career.
for sure. So, at number 1, it's
bah.
the one, the only back-to-back
So,
champion.
Josh Allen.
It's Patrick Mahomes. It's not Josh Allen. What's understood doesn't need to be said. He's the GOAT of our generation, no doubt about it. Until someone knocks him off in the playoffs, not moving on it. Number 2, hit it. It's Josh Allen.
Bro did not hit it.
Bro did not hit it.
I don't want to hit
You
it.
disagree?
No, it's obviously
Okay.
Pat at 1.
Right.
No, but do you disagree with Josh at 2?
No, it's obviously Josh at 2.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's pretty comfortably Josh too. Now, the front runner for MVP. Now he's the front runner for MVP. I will say that comfortably.
Yeah, thank you.
Big
I said,
stuff.
hey, we all agreed. We all agreed on here. Me and Chris agreed too. I don't know. think
I
Chris was
did
leaning
say if
Allen
he
at that.
comes out,
we said if he
he comes
the
out and
Chiefs,
beats the Chiefs,
it's over. Yeah, for sure.
Shut it down.
Josh Allen putting the team on his back, being Superman when he has to be. Again, it's been one. That's been 1 and 2 for how many years now? Ain't changing anytime soon.
It never will.
Chris, what about you? Josh at 2?
Yeah, easily.
I feel like you don't like him.
He hasn't for a while. But
I don't not like Josh Allen. I didn't
What's not
like
to like?
that a
He
certain.
owns the Dolphins?
No, yeah, obviously I don't like that, but
I don't appreciate that.
I don't. You guys know how I am with the Dolphins. I could care less. Like honestly, it doesn't. It's not
Until
like.
Tua starts putting up MVP.
It's not like UNC basketball. Like I always say, UNC basketball. I'll let that shit affect my well-being and my personal feelings and shit like that. The Dolphins, like, it's cool if they win.
you have another team outside of UNC that like you.
In basketball or
general,
like
just
in
in
general.
You have like
No.
emotional attachment.
the Liberty.
The Bulls, like I used to, but like once the Bulls stopped being good, like I don't fucking. The Bulls have been bad for so long now. Like I don't fucking care.
Yeah, the
You know what I
They
mean?
really have.
Like once D Rose left the Bulls, like I stopped really giving a fuck. You know what I mean? Like
there.
the Mavs, I guess.
All right, after this it gets tricky.
It gets tricky after this. Number 3.
Give me Joe Burrow.
You're going Joe?
I'm going Joe.
I agree. I think Joe
Yeah.
Burrow's
Joe's
third
I,
best
ball.
I
quarterback in
think
football.
I said Lamar like going into this, 2-time MVP, but
In the big game, I
in the
just
big
trust Joe
right,
Burrow
it's
more
exactly
than
the point
Lamar.
I was going to make. In the big game, it's Joe Burrow.
You are not gonna like who I have at 3.
At 4, in the big game, it's Joe Burrow. I mean, Joe Burrow, that team has 4 wins only because of Joe Burrow. He's the league leader in passing yards. He's the league leader in passing touchdowns right now. He has gone to a Super Bowl, the only quarterback to actually beat Mahomes in the playoffs, not named Tom Brady. That means something. And I know it was a couple years ago, but that moves me. And if they had 2 more wins, he'd probably be the front runner for MVP.
Let's celebrate a guy with 4 wins.
We're not
Who do you have
celebrating
Let's celebrate
him,
the guy
but-
leading the league in passing yards and passing touchdowns.
Yay!
That's where I'm going.
Empty stats. That's what someone else was called for a long time. At number 3, I have Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert is number 3.
Why?
It's the correct number 3
Why though?
because he's better than the other 2.
Why is Justin Herbert better than Joe Burrow? Like honestly,
He's a better quarterback.
What does he do
than Joe
better?
Burrow.
What
Being
specifically?
a quarterback.
Specifically.
He
I
has
think Justin Herbert does more with his legs. I'll give
Sure.
you that.
well, he does.
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
that's obvious, but yeah, I mean, he
Other-
has
Joe Burrow had a 40-yard rushing touchdown this year.
yeah, against
Joe
my
Burrow
Bulls.
runs when he has to.
It doesn't mean shit when you do it against the Giants. All right, like we suck. We're the worst.
Okay,
I don't
but
care what you do against
what
us.
does besides running?
Besides running,
What's he better at?
I mean, you could argue that they're just as good at passers.
No.
If you want to argue that, okay, but then I think.
I mean,
clutch team is clearly
Joe has had, like we're talking about now, like a guy putting up ridiculous stats with a bad defense, right? Like that's exactly what Herbert's been over the last few years, and Burrow's doing it with a better supporting cast. He has literally the best receiver in the NFL. And I know T's been hurt at points, but Jamar is just on one. This
I know
year.
Justin Herbert's playing some good ball this year, and he has
He
for
always
his
has.
entire career. I agree with that, but like we've seen Joe Burrow on the big stage. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like
I just
And
can't. I can't take.
I
guys
don't
played
disagree
and
with
lost
you,
one
but
playoff
like I think like
What's
talent.
lost
I
in
think
the shuffle
talent
here-
for talent, like you could go.
Herbert is the more talented quarterback.
I don't think it's that cut and
I don't-
dry.
Physically
I don't think it's that
talented,
easy.
Justin Herbert is the more physically gifted quarterback. That's a fact.
If you're I guess if you're factoring.
I just
in
mean
legs,
talented. I just don't mean like your physical tools. I just mean
Yeah.
like talent is
At the
Joe
quarterback
Burrow's
position?
IQ. Like talent, like that's a talent. Is Joe Burrow's IQ and understanding of defenses and stuff like that, which I think in that regard, I think he's a little bit better than Herbert. I think Herbert's more of an athlete, like sure, but like
Bigger
I
arm,
think just in
faster, yeah.
terms of overall talent, I think it's splitting hairs between the two. Like I don't think you could come up here and say Justin Herbert is definitely the more talented quarterback than Joe Burrow. I don't think we could come up here and say Joe Burrow is definitely the more talented quarterback than Justin Herbert.
No, I
right,
agree.
but then we've seen Joe Burrow on the big stage. Again, like Tom mentioned.
That should be the X factor.
Yeah, like Tom mentioned, Joe Burrow is the only quarterback not named Tom Brady to beat Pat Mahomes in a playoff game. I'll say that again. Joe Burrow is the only quarterback not named Tom Brady to beat Pat Mahomes in a playoff game. I'm sorry, guys,
but we just overlooked the fact that was a playoff run that was predominantly led by a Lou Anarumo defense.
No, I understand. I know.
And that's a fact.
I know. That defense was playing out of their mind, but also like...
Burrow did not have a great playoff run. Point blank, period.
But he did enough to get them to the bowl.
Right.
I mean, shit. If you gave Herbert a
if
defense,
I'm not, we can't do the hypotheticals,
but that's the thing.
Bro.
He's 4-7 this year in the same situation that Herbert's been in almost every single year of his career.
And what did Herbert do with it?
9-8, better than 4-7.
What did he fucking do,
bro? But here's the thing. But you're talking about this 4-7 this year with the same situation. But Herbert did the same thing. Did better than Burrow in the same situation. Is all I'm saying. And now
we could also argue that for all those years before this year, Burrow was elevating the situation.
Absolutely. 100%.
100%. They both have elevated their situations,
right.
But Burrow was in a far better situation.
I just don't like when we do this thing that we take away from a guy because he has a good team. I just don't think that's fair. Judge him for the situation that he's been in.
And I have Joe Burrow at number 4.
Okay.
But I have Justin Herbert at number 3. I'm giving you my argument as to why I have Herbert at number 3. Because you guys are coming at me for having him above Joe Burrow.
That's kind of the idea.
That's the whole point. Yeah, exactly. That's the whole point. So I'm supposed to argue it. But I don't know. I'm splitting hairs, as I said, but I think it's as simple as this is the first opportunity that we really get to see Justin Herbert with a semblance of a team.
I mean, I'm taking Lamar at number 4
I
over
am
Justin
too.
Herbert.
I have Lamar 4, Herbert 5.
Taking Herbert over
He's
Lamar.
a 2-time MVP, bro.
Okay.
What do you mean, okay? Most valuable player. What are you talking about, okay?
Okay. That's
You're praising
awesome.
a guy for winning 9 games and then not praising a guy for winning 2 MVPs?
No, Lamar's still awesome, but who would I rather have? Who would I rather have right now? And I'm taking Justin Herbert.
Whoop, whoop.
I'm taking Justin Herbert.
Flesh.
I don't
Why?
care.
Lamar Jackson.
I don't care.
Why?
In the flesh.
Because Herbert has been looked at as the stat merchant for forever. And now we're just changing this narrative because like you want to put Burrow ahead of him, fine, like I get it, but we're literally using the look at him and what he's doing this season, putting up these ridiculous stats.
That's not what we're saying at all.
Not at all what we're
literally
and he made a Super Bowl on the back of a defense that was balling the fuck out.
Oh, but he made a fucking Super Bowl. Justin Herbert lost his only
I
playoff
promise,
game.
Matt.
the 32nd ranked defense in the NFL.
Matt,
I
I promise, like, sure, the defense was playing great. Like, you do not get to a Super Bowl without elite quarterback play. That's just what it is, bro.
Agreed.
Okay.
He was good enough. He was good enough.
He was good enough for a Super Bowl run. That's more than you can say about Justin Herbert.
But what is Herbert better at than Joe?
He is more.
I think he has a bigger arm.
He has a
bigger arm,
He's
better
the
with his
best
legs.
arm in the NFL.
Okay,
He or
but-
Josh Allen. It's either or.
I think it's Josh, but
Bigger arm.
he's more like physically
Bigger arm,
gifted, but
better
like,
legs. That's it.
I think the way Joe Burrow could read a defense is
and his improv skills.
like
I think
don't
Joe's
know.
more accurate.
Yeah, but it's close.
So I mean,
But it's close.
okay, yeah, it's close, but everything is close.
Yeah, it's
between them
all
two.
close between
They're both
these
close.
guys.
I'm taking the more physically gifted guy.
I just think Joe just has a better career, man. I mean, maybe he has a better team, but what was Cincinnati before him?
And no, I get that. I completely agree with you. He turned the franchise around 100%.
I just think bro, Matt, like you're like I get it, like you want to be bold, you want to be the first one to the take. You're like dead on it. Like you're projecting a little here. Like you are. Because just based on what we've seen, like there's just no argument to have Herbert above Burrow right now unless you think Herbert can do the things that Joe Burrow's done, which I think he can. I think he can, but like we just can't take him over the guy. Like this is a guy who has not won a playoff game, bro. I know his situation was dog shit. I know.
Who would I rather have? Who
I know,
would I
but-
rather? I would rather have Justin Herbert over Joe Burrow.
Like in a big
and-
game, like
Yeah,
I
just
need to win.
rather-
I need to win a game.
Experience.
I'm starting a football team. The playoffs start tomorrow. We need to win a game. Like we need to win tomorrow. I just feel like there's right now. I just feel like there's no argument to take Justin Herbert over
yes,
Joe Burrow.
like I get I get it, and like obviously some sort of projection has to come into play for me here to say that I would take Justin Herbert over Joe Burrow, but I am projecting that Justin Herbert can do all those things, which is why I'm saying I would take him simply because it's so close that I'm just going to go with the guy that is 6'6", 250, and ridiculously athletic, right behind Josh Allen. And it's that simple. Yeah, you're damn right I am.
I'm just saying.
Because these large men that play the quarterback position that are ridiculously athletic, I'd lean them over the others.
Why don't you talk about his haircut? How good is his haircut?
He's handsome.
Keep going.
I don't know. My 5 is Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, Lamar, Herbert.
Mine's the exact same.
Mine's the exact same. However, I'll put Herbert over Lamar.
Why?
Okay, but if we're going to talk about
Now, I don't know.
if you just said, what have you done for me when it matters the most? I've already seen Lamar multiple
Lamar's
occasions
at least
choke.
won a playoff
Bro,
game.
but it doesn't matter. You said it before. He's been on
I
the
know,
back
but-
of a great defense. And what has he done
Great
countless
roster.
times when it matters
Great
the most?
roster.
What has he done when it's mattered the most consistently? You said it before, he chokes. And Herbert has one opportunity. Lamar has had multiple opportunities. Lamar has had multiple opportunities with what we've called in the past the best roster in football.
But Herbert hasn't.
We go back and we could say the same. We could literally pull up clips of
I know, but Lamar.
best roster in football, Baltimore Ravens. But what does he do? Time and
Lamar-
again.
I don't know. I
What does
think,
Justin Herbert do in the playoffs?
in my opinion,
What
Oh
has
my
Justin
God.
Herbert done in
Oh
the
my
playoffs?
but it's different. This is where I think the conversation shifts. Because
I get your Burrow argument, but all the Lamar arguments, I get 2-time MVP in the
yeah,
regular
I just
season.
think that's
Congratulations. Every time it comes to the playoffs, what do you fucking
I
do?
know, but
Okay,
we
so if we're only
can't-
comparing regular
yeah, we
seasons, one's a
can't-
2-time MVP,
Yeah,
one's
we
not.
can't I feel like in this conversation,
I'm projecting the Justin Herbert
I know,
in a
but
playoff
like in this
atmosphere
conversation,
fits
we can't
the playoffs
knock
more than
we
Lamar.
can't knock a guy for his playoffs when the other guy his only
Hasn't done
taste
anything
of
in
the
the
playoffs is
One
one
game
of
and
the
they lost, yeah.
generational choke jobs of
Right.
NFL history in the play. Like that's what again sure the Chargers bad organization
Brandon Staley, terrible defense,
Brandon
sure,
Staley
yeah.
and that game against the Jaguars Justin Herbert folded like a lawn chair. Like that's the playoff taste we have of him.
Everything, bro. Play calling was awful. The defense literally crumbled.
Bro, they were up 27
And I'm not disagreeing. I get
bro.
it. I get it. But as I just said, the entire situation around him literally it was meant to fold like a lawn chair. But when we use this Lamar argument, the entire situation around him has presented itself for him to walk
Correct.
into a playoff win.
I agree.
Walk into it.
I went Matt.
He didn't need to do much at all in most of these games that he ended up folding and losing in the playoffs. As I just said before, yes, you made the point that Joe Burrow has made a Super Bowl. I get that, and I can't say that you're wrong. I can't say that you're wrong. But I can say if you're going to use that as the argument against Justin Herbert, let's look at a guy who on multiple different occasions has been in those moments and folded like a lawn chair, just like we said Justin Herbert did in the one moment. Because shit, if I recall correctly, Justin Herbert may or may not have scored more points in his one playoff game than Lamar has at any point in his playoff career.
All right, bro.
Just
I mean,
saying.
if you're gonna say that you think he can be you can go anywhere with that. You can say I think he's gonna be greater than
let's
Patrick
throw-
Mahomes.
I
Like,
want to throw Jaden Daniels in the top 5.
right, like
Man,
he's gonna project
he's
that he can be a
physically
top 5
gifted.
guy.
No, but but it's completely different because we've only seen one regular season of Jaden Daniels in the last few games have
All right,
not
so
been
let's
good.
throw CJ Stroud in there.
CJ's been awful recently. So let's not even get into that either.
I mean,
But
let me explain how simple it is in my head. I think if we're talking about what you're talking about, we're starting a team today. The playoffs are tomorrow. What quarterback are you choosing between Lamar and Herbert? I feel like we know Lamar's ceiling and maybe his ceiling is 2-time MVP. Like, yeah, but in the playoffs, I feel like we know Lamar's ceiling. I feel like the playoffs are more of a roster thing than it is a quarterback thing.
I feel like it's the opposite.
It's
but
the opposite.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying,
but that's the problem with Lamar, because it's in the playoffs. It's more a quarterback thing than it is a roster thing. And what has he done? Every single time.
I mean, getting to the playoffs though. Getting to the playoffs is
It's
not
more
really.
of a
it's
no. That's
more of a roster
roster
thing
thing
You
than
can't
it is
use
a
what has he
That's what
done
I
when
mean.
the Chris is right. You can't use what has he done when the other guy hasn't done literally anything in the playoffs. What was a part of one of the
How many
biggest choke
rings
jobs
do they
ever.
both have combined?
Obviously, they all have 0.
right.
yeah.
They both have 0 rings. And
Everyone
I-
has 0 except
the-
for Patrick Mahomes.
I-
So should we just not have the conversation?
I am saying that Justin Herbert's game is more translatable to the playoffs than Lamar, and we've been given.
But you can't say that
multiple-
until you see it.
but
I just don't think that's fair.
We've also been given multiple occasions as to where we've seen Lamar be ass in the playoffs.
That's fine.
Multiple occasions.
No, I know. I completely agree with you. But we haven't seen Justin Herbert translate to the playoffs. We've seen guys that I bet everyone thought Dak Prescott was going to translate to the playoffs. And I know Herbert's a better talent than Dak. I'm not saying
Far.
that. But okay, yeah, I'm not saying that. But
So am I, bro.
I just don't think I don't know. I don't think there's only a certain amount of projection that can go into it. One
Yeah.
guy's a 2-time most valuable player. How many players in NFL history are 2-time MVPs?
Very
Not that
few.
many, right? So I'm just saying, like, if I don't think playoff experience doesn't come into play. If you're giving me a guy that can carry a team like Lamar,
But you don't think Herbert on prime Ravens roster?
I don't know. We'll never know.
We'll never know. I mean,
think they would
I-
walk
Sure.
through a couple teams in the
that's
playoffs.
what
Sure,
I'm.
but
I
we'll
don't
never
know.
know.
I think Herbert does everything better than Lamar except run.
Yes, 100%. 100%. I completely agree.
Maybe Lamar has a better floater, but
I mean, yes, Lamar's improved as a passer
Lamar's
every
a
single year.
great passer.
great passer.
When it-
not better
elevating-
than
when he-
Herbert.
Like
when
the
you're
same- yeah,
relying
like
on
we're-
his arm solely.
We're typing up
happens?
Justin Herbert for elevating lesser talent, right? That's your whole why you're so infatuated with Justin Herbert now, because he has Quentin Johnston and Lad McConkey at receiver, right?
Yeah.
Lamar was elevating lesser talent at receiver.
Bro,
He
had-
was. He had great
but-
defenses, but he was, bro.
Bro, these past
He had-
couple years, who has he had? But let me ask you a question. Are any of these Chargers weapons better than the top 2 weapons?
I'm not
that the
saying
Ravens-
I'm not saying that Lamar was working with the same talent as Justin Herbert. I'm just saying that he was also working with lesser talent, like
like who?
like he had no wide receiver. His best weapon was Mark Andrews, who's a great player, but like other than that, before Zay Flowers, he was working with nothing, and he was in a Greg Roman offense, which
Justin Herbert is currently in.
right, and which you could see can
Fold in the playoffs.
right, and
But Justin Herbert's a better passer. Point blank period in my opinion.
I think he's a better passer, but
He has better vision. He has a better deep ball.
no, I think Justin Herbert's a better,
he's a better
passer.
passer.
Like he clears him as a passer,
Yeah.
but I don't know if the difference between the passing like accounts for what Lamar is with his legs and how how the defense has to account for that. Like you have 2 completely different game plans when you play the
Right.
2 of them. And I know you're gonna, but Justin Herbert, he's 6'6", he moves so well. He's like Josh Allen, like cool, like he's a great athlete, but like Lamar's one of one,
right.
and that he just is, and like I don't know.
I've just seen what happens when you rely solely on Lamar's.
Like I think both
not
of these guys haven't really done shit in the playoffs. Like if we
Right. That's why I think that is kind of a wash. Like, I don't know if you're gonna negatively
But
bring Lamar down.
but Lamar's been
I-
to the playoffs way more than Herbert. Though.
Yeah, that's the
That's
problem.
a roster thing. That's not a quarterback thing.
bro.
Getting to the playoffs.
The 2-time
a
most
2-time
valuable
MVP,
player
bro,
of
like-
the league. Like he's not the MVP because of how great the
Right,
roster is.
yeah.
I'm
No,
sorry.
he's a 2-time MVP because he's a special talent that has not
Elevates
gotten
the
it done
teams around him.
with great teams. Has not gotten it
Okay,
done
but that's
with great
not.
teams.
We're not talking about regular
Justin Herbert
season
hasn't
though.
gotten any
MVP
season.
doesn't matter if we're talking about. If we're not talking
right.
about regular season.
Then the guy you're talking about went to 1 playoff game and choked to 27-0.
generational choke job, like all-time choke job.
Yes, bad.
like all
Horrible.
like worse than
not
anything
bad.
Lamar has ever
Yeah,
done.
Like absolutely horrendous.
No,
It
but
was.
regardless, they had 27 fucking points in a game.
And then didn't score
And
again.
then they didn't
What did
win. They lost.
But what have the Ravens done in games that have been right in fucking front of them in terms of your defense holds a team that should be scoring a bunch of points to not a bunch of points, and all you need Lamar to do.
So is Lamar your number 5?
Lamar's my number 5.
Why?
Well,
Why is
obviously, if
Stafford
Justin
not above
Herbert
Why
is
is
Lamar?
Stafford not
Why is,
above
yeah,
Lamar?
why is Stafford not above Lamar?
Why is Stafford not above Lamar? Because Stafford just simply hasn't had that great of a season this year.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're putting a lot into this Justin.
Wait, so
Herbert.
you
said
think
these 10
Justin
games
Herbert's
Justin
having a
Herbert
better
won.
season this year than Lamar?
No. I would take Justin Herbert in a single playoff game this year over Lamar Jackson.
But not Stafford.
not
because
Stafford.
of
But not
what he's done
Stafford.
this year.
No. Yes.
Nah, you lost me.
Yeah.
Because.
You lost me as well.
Okay.
So don't-
Ready?
You got it.
Ready?
The one
guy that was on
Ready?
your
Yeah,
side.
you got to
Ready?
take
Hold up.
Stafford,
Yeah,
man.
you got to.
Okay.
Yeah,
No, but
by
I
that
don't.
logic, you
But
got
I
to take
don't.
Stafford.
But I don't need to take Stafford because Stafford is getting older, is not having a great season objectively. Justin Herbert is having a fantastic season, and in a year that, in a way that he plays, can translate more to the playoffs than what Lamar Jackson does. But Matthew Stafford's not having a good year at an older age.
But you're projecting
which makes
him
me
to,
think
to get to the playoffs, which means he has to have a good year to get if they're going to get into the playoffs. He has to like objectively have a good year.
Matthew Stafford, he has to be solid. Yeah,
I think he's got to
in a
be
division
more
that's
than solid. But
he
okay.
has to be solid in a division that's up for grabs.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
So if you end this season with
So you think
Stafford-
he's been bad so far?
Stafford has objectively not been good this season. Yes. He just he has.
I mean, what I will say is,
So what makes a quarterback translatable to the playoffs?
Being an incredibly skilled passer,
Okay.
decision making.
decision making, being able to extend plays. And I get you're going to say Lamar can extend plays,
Right.
but when has he shown that he could be a high level passer when it matters the most? You said it before. Same thing happens for regular season games. In the big ones, doesn't matter. Doesn't get it done and looks like shit passing. And that's honestly, it's really all it takes. Be a good decision maker. Get it done in the important areas of the field. Third down, red zone. Justin Herbert's really good at those things too. So it's why I lean Justin Herbert. He's a better thrower of the football than Lamar Jackson. Makes better decision when it matters most. So
I just think playing well in the playoffs is something that's so important. You can't project it. Like, and I know Lamar has played bad, so that's why, like, my argument is, I'm not going off of like I'm not just going to assume that Justin Herbert's going to be this great playoff performer. You know, I don't think that's fair to project that. I think that's something you got to see. Like,
I think he is a better overall quarterback than Lamar. But obviously Lamar has that special ability that nobody else in the NFL has. He's the most athletic quarterback we've ever seen. Most athletic and gifted quarterback
For sure.
we've ever seen.
Right.
But that doesn't lean for me because he's a good passer. Do not get me wrong. You can even argue he's a great passer. But
Yeah.
time after time when it matters, he's proven he's not an elite passer. So
we're just going to keep doing this. Where you say time and time after again, meaning the playoffs.
not even
And
just
sure,
the
in the
playoffs.
regular season, too.
Regular season big games.
Justin
He
Herbert's
can't get it
had
done
his
this-
flaws in regular season big games.
But what did we say before the podcast? Do we remember a time that Justin Herbert has objectively had a bad game? We said a
I
bad
said no, he
Justin
doesn't
Herbert
really
is
play bad
average.
games. Yeah, I'm sure
He's
we
an
can.
average
I'm
quarterback.
sure we can go in there and find a bad game.
They're few and far between.
Okay,
So
Lamar's a 2-time MVP. Like, it's I don't know.
It's difficult, like thinking about it as a historical, like, point of view and as a this season point of view, like, because we're kind of doing both.
yeah, it is.
up to
it
what
is
you've
tough.
seen. Up to what you've seen now.
Where do you think Justin Herbert ranks this year in terms of EPA per play amongst
Yes.
quarterbacks in the
Yes.
fourth quarter?
Do this.
I don't fucking
29th.
know. 29th, as everyone, as you
No.
said with everything else.
Not 29th. Guess again.
32nd.
32nd. Jacoby Brissett. He's one of 4 quarterbacks to have a negative EPA
I
per
knew
play
he was cooking over there.
and composite
He was too quiet.
completion over expected like composite score. One of 4 quarterbacks have a negative that in the fourth quarter. I just gave you one of them, Jacoby Brissett. I said, who are the other 2?
Bo Nix.
No.
Who are the other 2? I don't know. Just tell me.
Cooper Rush and Bryce Young.
Yeah, that's guys I want to be mentioned with.
He's mad clutch, bro.
He's gonna get it done.
He's mad clutch,
Bro,
bro.
He's gonna get it
You're
done.
doing too much projecting. You're just doing too much projecting.
I don't know who do you think makes it further in the playoffs this year, the Ravens or the Chargers?
I would pick the Chargers.
I think the Chargers are a better football team than the Ravens.
This year they definitely are.
Okay,
better
but if it's a playoff, if playoff thing is a quarterback thing, you need an elite quarterback. To
I
get to
trust
the-
Lamar. Like, if these two teams met up,
you in the playoffs. You take
Yeah,
the Ravens.
Justin Herbert's going to pick apart that secondary.
depends who's
Yes.
at home.
I don't even think it matters.
I think if the Ravens are, I think it does. I think if the Ravens are at home, I'd go Ravens. I think
Right, you
if
can't stop Derrick Henry either.
the Baltimore fans are
the
legit,
number
Yeah,
one
Baltimore
defense
fans
might
also.
be able to.
No one's
Lamar
stopping
might
Derrick
struggle a little bit, but Derrick Henry would probably go dumb on them. So
Henry. You want to call it a toss
it'd
up?
be a
That's fine.
toss-up.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
a
not.
close game.
Yeah, I wouldn't comfortably pick one or the other.
It's definitely a close game.
like the thing is, like Lamar's struggles are like really only against the Steelers and the Chiefs.
Yeah, he plays well
true,
against
yeah.
everybody else, basically.
Yeah,
Raiders.
so like,
But
You lose
that's
the
my
Raiders time and time.
those are the biggest games.
yeah, but like. Maybe it's only a Chiefs and Steelers
just
thing. Like
kills everybody else.
maybe he's good against the Chargers. Like I don't know.
Maybe it's not a good team thing. It's a great team. Like
Okay, so
I mean, like I
Yeah.
keep bringing up these fourth quarter stats. Like
Steelers are the boogeyman. So
Yeah.
everyone's
like,
got a
no doubt, no
boogeyman.
doubt.
this year
Yeah.
between Lamar and Justin Herbert, and the fourth
is the
quarter is
fourth
when you
quarter.
got to have it, right? That's when it matters the most. The fourth quarter of a
Yes.
football game.
I expect it to be.
It's
very
night.
different,
It's
but-
night and day between Lamar and Justin Herbert. Like Lamar's near the top of the league, and Justin Herbert is at the very bottom. And I mentioned it when we talked about the Chargers. Like they are a horrible fourth. They're like not just not good. Like they are one of the worst fourth quarter teams in the NFL this year. So it's just like, okay, sure. The first 5 years of Justin Herbert's career, they don't matter because Brandon Staley was the coach. Okay, so we got to go off of what we've seen this year.
so the 5,000 passing yard year.
The Chargers doesn't matter. The Chargers are a really good team, but when it matters the most, right? Because the fourth quarter is when it matters the most. They're one of the worst teams in the NFL in Justin Herbert's and Bryce Young, Cooper Rush categories. So I'm going to take that
Don't
from
forget
what we've
Jacoby.
sin this year and say, and we saw it Sunday night again, like he did everything he could to lose that game. Like he had a great first half. Sure, he looked like an elite quarterback in the first half.
Then
He,
walked them down the field and won the game.
he did everything he could to lose that game. Like, I'm not going to take from what I've seen, because, again, we're going to throw everything away that we've seen before. I'm not going to take what I've seen this year and say, you know what, in a guy to have a game, that's the guy. Like, and sure, like, Lamar might not be that guy either. But, like, I don't know.
okay, so if they met up in the playoffs this year, the Chargers and the Ravens, and the Chargers come out victorious, do you put Herbert over Lamar?
Probably depends on how they play.
Yeah.
Okay, if they both have good games, the Chargers just win.
Yeah, I mean, if they have a duel and Justin Herbert plays better than him and shows, like, you know, it's not like Lamar's never won a playoff game.
Right,
Like,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not going to.
He hasn't won good playoff, like big playoff games.
Who's he beating?
Every playoff game.
He beat the Texans last year, and he won a playoff game in 2020.
Rookie year.
No.
Oh no.
Yeah, but the Texans with a rookie quarterback in their first year of the playoffs is, I don't know.
Now it's-
I expected them to
They
lose.
dick the Texans.
And the Ravens were different last year, man. They were nuts.
That defense was
The
insane.
Ravens,
Nuts.
yeah, the defense is terrible this year. Which like Lamar might not be elevating the receiver talent. You know, like sure Justin Herbert's elevating worse receivers, but this defense is not doing Lamar any favors. On a whole, you know what I mean? So
100%.
Like, they both elevate their offenses
yeah,
to
yeah,
extreme
100%.
levels.
But
100
one has done it to an MVP level twice, and he's the runner-up, probably the runner-up right now.
But last year, you can't say that last year. His first MVP, I'll give it to you.
What are you talking about? He won the MVP.
I just
No, but his second MVP, he didn't elevate his receivers.
Then why was he the
look.
MVP?
To be fair, it was a very
Bro,
a
he had-
very weird MVP year. Like,
but he won.
Right,
it.
in the weird MVP year,
He
he
came out on
was the
top,
most
yes.
valuable player.
but weird in a not so. None of us felt great about the Lamar Jackson.
Right, but you know
MVP.
who
I
was
thought
nowhere
he was
near that MVP?
he was clearly,
Yeah, he
the,
was clearly
MVP
the MVP.
last year.
I don't know.
At the end, he was clear. And maybe not during the
'cause, look,
season.
I'm just saying this is basically what we're doing this year is the reverse of what happened last year, where Josh Allen lost the MVP with the better stats, but the people who are arguing Lamar Jackson this year is because he has better stats. So I'm just saying, like, we're pretty much doing the reverse of what happened last year.
But it's
And Josh Allen lost with like
so
45
different.
touchdowns.
It's
We're also
so
not talking
different.
about Josh Allen.
No, I know, but I'm just saying.
I know, but it's also so different because it's not just Lamar's like personal stats. It was that he was the quarterback of
The best team in the NFL.
Yeah.
a historically great offense.
Yeah.
Like at the time we had that conversation, they were on pace to
Great show on turf.
pretty
It's
much
like,
be
yeah.
a top 5 offensive season of NFL history for a team, and he was the quarterback of that. Josh Allen had great stats last year. That's not what the Bills were last year. Like it's different.
Okay.
So like that's not the argument here. Yeah, I mean, I don't think Lamar's MVPs are fluky. I don't know.
An MVP's an MVP. You can't have a fluky.
Two-time MVP, yes.
Yeah.
And I'm still taking Justin over him.
And I think that's crazy. Which I guess again we're just gonna keep out going around. But
Yeah,
that's the beauty of it.
I mean, this conversation got to go somewhere, but
Justin
I don't know. I think, in my opinion,
Lamar.
Herbert would do better with their roster if they switched NFL teams. I know that's a bad
I hate that.
hypothesis or whatever the fucking word is.
That
Yeah.
Malachi Brown
People say that all the
fucking
time.
yammed it. He
If they-
dropped
if they
Isaiah.
Herbert would
switch
do
teams.
better with the Ravens.
Then Lamar is, yeah. Like, he's saying he
Absolutely
would go
not.
further in the playoffs.
Absolutely not. The Ravens' offense is tailor made for Lamar.
Yeah,
Absolutely not.
100%.
Their entire scheme is tailor made for Lamar. Absolutely not. No.
I think
Not
they
with
fit-
that
I
personnel.
think they fit their situations perfectly right now.
Sure.
I think they fit their situations perfectly right now. Whenever we make the argument of if a guy was on a different team, like, it's just like these teams tailor their
Right, yeah, yeah,
situations to.
Especially a guy like Lamar.
Yeah, exactly.
He is so specific to how the Ravens play because he's so athletic. But I don't think Justin Herbert could go into that situation and necessarily be better. But like, we are talking about a team that had the best defense in the NFL last year, and had every chance to win again. So yeah, I don't know. We're just gonna keep
I know,
circling
we're
and
just-
making
yeah,
the
we're just
same
doing
argument. So
roundabouts.
it's
We
just
Because God forbid those fucking Los Angeles Chargers have to go play against Pat Mahomes and Justin Herbert has a bad game. God forbid.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's
you
what,
won't
that's
hear
what I
the
was
end
just
of
thinking.
it.
I
You
was like,
won't hear
if
the end
Justin
of it.
Herbert has a bad playoff game,
You won't hear
you're
the end of
fucking-
it.
100%.
Especially against the Chiefs.
Okay, but I
because
think-
that's Lamar's kryptonite. Like, because
Yes,
Lamar sucks because he can't
1000%.
beat the fucking greatest ever. So
1,000%. But if Justin Herbert decides to go toe to toe with Patrick Mahomes, I don't want to hear none of this. I don't want to hear none. I don't want to hear
Sure.
nothing.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, but it's the
fine.
same in the same way. If he beats them, I don't exactly. You guys
That's
aren't going to hear
total-
the end
that's
of it.
totally
yeah, he'll
fine.
beat them.
Even if he doesn't beat them, as I just said, if he goes toe to toe with Mahomes or Josh, I don't want to hear a fucking word from anybody.
Why not?
I don't want.
Jalen Hurts went toe to toe with Mahomes. He's nowhere up here.
Bro,
And he
Jalen
lost.
Hurts is a completely different story.
Oh, bro, he
Completely different story.
blows.
Entirely different. So, but Lamar, did he go toe to toe with Mahomes? No, he
I
did
mean,
not.
if they all lose in the end, then,
No, he did
yeah,
not.
They all lose in the end. Then,
But there's
okay.
differences in how you. If you're the reason that your fucking team lost,
Justin Herbert has never even had the opportunity.
Right. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we'll
And
talk
that's
about it when it
fine.
happens.
As I
We'll
said,
talk about
when
it
it happens.
I'm not gonna have
Let
a
it happen.
hypothetical argument.
when it happens,
If it happens.
we talk differently.
Okay.
So
Sure.
God
Yeah.
forbid they lose their first playoff game.
if
Yeah,
they
yeah.
lose,
And
their
oh
first
my God,
But it's
playoff
the same.
I
It's
hope
the
they
same.
lose
God
their
forbid
first
for you
playoff
guys.
game.
No,
the-
it's not because Lamar is.
If the Bills
Justin
beat the
Herbert-
Chargers, I'll be
Bro,
happy
Justin
about
Herbert's
it.
never
Fucking
won a playoff game.
Let's go Bills, bro. God forbid the fucking Bills
Don't
beat the
start
Chiefs
doing
this year.
Get the
Bills
fuck outta
Mafia
here.
jumping through a fucking
Get
table,
the
bro.
fuck out of here. This kid's gonna
Can't
jump on
claim
the
him.
Bills bandwagon now.
We still have the.
We need a Bills fan on the,
We still have.
Yeah,
the,
I am a
on
Bills
the
fan.
podcast.
the opportunity
still
to go
root
to the
for them.
Bills game.
It's something called an objective fan. I think they beat every other team except for the Chiefs. That includes the Chargers. But they ain't beating the Chiefs. There it is.
I don't know. This whole conversation just goes back to nobody's beating Pat.
Yes.
At the end of the day, yeah, nobody's beating Patrick Mahomes. That's sure. You can wrap any conversation up with that.
I just like
I just don't get the like extenuous projecting we're doing with Justin Herbert. I
Okay,
think
but
that's
if
unfair.
you're in the conversation where it's based on history and based on this season, you have to also base it on projecting. That's just how it works.
I agree.
Because you're basing it on something that hasn't happened.
But
Okay,
I'm projecting
you're basing it on everything that what
but-
could have been, what should have been, what had
No,
been.
I'm not. You are. You're the one doing spin.
No, but okay, but it's the
you're
same.
basing it on what has happened in the past. And Lamar's been great this year too, but don't get me wrong, but of course I'm going to project a little. Because look,
you can project a little. You're projecting a lot.
We're still projecting.
You're projecting
Okay,
to go
so when we
toe-to-toe with
say that the
Mahomes.
Chiefs are going to go walk and win the Super Bowl, is that not projecting?
It's predicated on history. They've done it twice in a row.
And is Patrick Mahomes playing a good season right now or no?
He's 9-1.
But is Patrick Mahomes having a good season or no?
For his standards,
No, yeah, for his standards.
For
no.
any standards, he has been bad this year.
9-1 for any standards, but okay. Good enough to win.
Bad might be
Objectively, he's good enough to win.
He's
He
been
has had
alright. He's been like
he has had an average quarterback season.
yeah, average.
Sure, okay.
Average quarterback season.
Sure.
So we are projecting him as the #1 quarterback in the NFL.
Based on
No.
what he has done.
Okay.
I don't
We're
think that's
projecting him
that,
to-
And
yeah,
we're
that's
projecting
not,
that they win the Super
that's
Bowl.
not no, that's not projecting. That's taking into account
using evidence.
Yeah, that's
That-
using
When we
Yeah.
evidence.
say that nobody will beat the Chiefs, we are using evidence, correct?
Predicated
but
on history.
this is the worst Mahomes season of his career. Period.
Yeah.
Worse than last year.
Yeah, right. This is the worst season after last year when he
Won the
flipped
Super
the switch and won the Super Bowl.
But
yes.
this is a worse season than last year.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
So we are still projecting in the playoffs he will flip the switch.
Because he's
Yes.
Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
He defies everything.
You can't do that with Justin Herbert,
He defies
bro.
everything.
No. But that's not entirely what I'm doing. Part of it, I'm saying
I
a
understand.
significant
I understand.
portion
I
of my
think you're
argument.
going too far with the
So just
with the
like
projecting.
pound for pound, you think Justin Herbert's a better quarterback than Lamar?
Yes.
Okay. And that's that.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep walking in circles.
We
Exactly.
will
We're not
That's,
gonna
that's what I,
answer, so-
that's what I kept
okay.
saying. Yeah.
We 100% will.
Okay.
That's fun.
All right.
And one of us is probably going to say something after the camera goes off, and then we're going to do it again.
It always ends.
Okay.
Always ends up happening. All right.
I get it. Like Justin Herbert's a super talented guy, and he can be that, but he's just I don't know, bro. This
We
is
will run
two-time
into
MVP,
it's a
bro.
hamster wheel right now. This is what this is. It's a
Two-time
hamster
MVP.
wheel.
Yeah, I don't know. We got to record TikTok.
Yeah.
We're running and going nowhere.
Close us out.
we had a great conversation.
Yeah, that was good.
How long was that? About
40 minutes.
That
Nah.
was some of the
Ne-
most
but,
we've
okay,
argued on
I'll
this
say this
podcast.
like for the camera too, because if anyone's still here at this point of the full pod, or when this goes out on a YouTube clip out, you guys let us know what you guys like better. I think we each give our list individually, and then that was a sick conversation.
That's
but, like,
why I said that.
But I feel like
Okay.
for the purposes of content, I don't know how the fuck I'm putting this in a TikTok.
No.
'cause
So here's the
we
thing.
didn't like each give
Ready-
our list
ready?
individually.
So here's the thing. I think we do exactly as we just
Yeah.
did,
Yeah.
and then at the very
At the end, all give our list.
Exactly.
All right, cool. So let's do
Exactly.
this.
So let's do that. Go ahead,
Perfect.
Nick.
I love the way we did.
Yeah,
'Cause that
that's
was
fine.
fucking
You went on a little too long.
I just want to make sure I have a TikTok. Out
But
of
that
it.
was some of the
I
best
think the last
conversation.
15 minutes you can honestly cut out because we were just saying the same fucking
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
over and
yeah,
over
yeah,
again.
yeah.
But yeah, I think
But
I
that's-
love
Oh yeah,
how I
for
did.
YouTube it'll go on YouTube.
Yeah,
I just want to
okay.
make sure I get this on TikTok
sure.
That
because
is
it was
the
sick
exact
stuff.
reason why I said what I said. in the
Yeah,
chat.
that's
Yes.
cool.
For
Okay.
that shit to
All right,
happen.
top 5. Go ahead.
Yeah, give us like a hook again too, just so
Thank you.
someone, Matty J, do a hook for us. These are our top 5 quarterbacks, just again.
These are our top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL.
After that conversation, I'm going to say Pat, Josh, Joe.
Don't you fucking dare.
I can't use A's and B's.
Nah, it's,
Just 3s and
No.
4s.
I wish, but no.
I'm gonna go.
What are you thinking about?
I don't know. That was
You
a
just
good-
spent the half
that
hour
was a good-
arguing
What are you
for Justin
thinking about?
no, that was a good conversation. I don't know. You guys have good points.
All
I think I have
right,
good points too. But I'll stand on business. Herbert, Lamar.
My top 5. Am I here? Or here? I just,
We're all
We're all
there?
there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I always forget. My top 5 quarterbacks
I'm out here
are.
with nobody changing.
No, I didn't know which one. I figured. Yeah, now that you say it, it makes sense because that doesn't have either of you. Great. Okay. My top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL are. I'm just gonna say what's up. My top 5 quarterbacks are Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen. I forgot.
Joe.
Oh yeah,
Joe Lamar.
Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Justin Herbert. The name just blanked on me for some reason.
Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow, and Lamar Jackson argue with a fucking wall.
That was corny. That was corny.
We are the wall.
But
You just argued with us for 40 minutes.
I have Patrick Mahomes number 1, Josh Allen 2, Joe Shiesty 3, Lamar Jackson 4, and Justin Herbert 5.
I thought you were gonna throw somebody spicy in there.
I just enjoyed
I probably should have said CJ 5. I think CJ might be.
Okay, bro.
Stop. He's
Now
been
you're
ass
doing too much.
recently.
Yeah.
He's been asked, but look, bro, he had the best.
If you're going to talk about full body of work, no, we're not doing this.
Yeah,
We're not doing this. We have TikToks to
but
record.
Oh, I could say something so
Not-
spicy right now, but
not
I'm going to
even
refrain.
for the pod, bro, but Nico and
Justin Herbert's closer to CJ Stroud conversations than he is to Joe Burrow Lamar
That's not
conversations.
true. That's just not true.
That's my opinion
It's
on
not
it.
true.
That's my take
That's
on it.
ridiculous.
That's
Nope.
my take on it.
Nope.
I mean, because I'd have CJ Stroud either like 6 or 7, throw Matt Stafford in there too, just because of who he is and what he's done. But that would be my 7.
where would you put
guess.
JD?
I'd probably take Jalen Hurts
At 10?
over him right now. Jalen Hurts has been balling right now, and he's been to a Super Bowl. I'd probably have JD.
Probably
This
have
can't turn
Jaden.
into a top.
I don't
10
know this.
quarterback.
Yeah, no, we don't have to do all that.
That conversation fucked my
I'd
head
probably
You're
take.
fine.
I was about to say, how does
Just
Jalen
wrap
Hurts
up the
do?
podcast. Just wrap up the
Hurry up, hurry up.
podcast.
All right. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Baker
Please be
Mayfield,
sure.
7. Go ahead.
Please be sure to leave a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Follow us on all of our socials. As Chris said, let us know if you liked that better than what we used to do, how we would all give our list. I think it creates some conflict, which I think is what we need sometimes.
Yeah, I like that a
so
lot.
Yeah, a little bit of.
some spicy
I
takes.
feel like that one in particular, we were gonna get the conflict regardless because we just. I think
I
we all.
like the way we did it better.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure, for sure.
So,
That's cool.
all right,
We
Justin
just
Herbert.
firmly disagreed on that one.
We did. I loved that. That was great.
No
Justin
matter how we
Herbert's the
did it,
best
we were
ever.
getting there.
The best ever. And that's all I really got to say. And with that,
Ball
Ball
game.
game.
Ball game.